ya dia yeka. You go musu, na ye wan se yeka. You go muto, na ye pina so ye dega. Mo wa wona, rato sino. Wana kokorie, ada de mao. Apo wa wona kokori ye se atu abi. Siete por kuga unti atuma unti atum kwa mwane mwe wone abunu ya ba ma ye kwa makuba ye ba ma yi na tedia na ba wane bana kwa ba wane ya kanya ba wane bana pro ba wane ne ko ba ba wane apa ma me ka Waka waka. Una ya no fue a mi ameno para o. Una ya no fue a mi ameno.
Not political headquarters.
The headquarters people eat. All that thing they putting people in the car. The very people that you saw on Facebook yesterday, nah, they're hungry. Someone is looking for food to eat now. The people, you saw the people beating people yesterday. The government officials who already did not have money yesterday, they have money today now. They bought private car. They went there. You saw them. You saw police people beating people from Moalika. Yeah. Moalika. Yeah, these rallies. Anyway, I can't blame the people. And now the vote is the real thing. So don't never trust these people with your vote anymore.
Finally, Mr. Benedict, so why this approach? Why this new draft in our politics? Like you said, too much promises, no actual thing. You brought a new face to the political space. How did you envision this?
If I came to Tangaple right now and tell them, you vote for me, tomorrow I will build your bridge, I will sound like the politician before them. I mean, how would they trust that? So my way of politics is, before election, I will come and do things that I say I will do.
Okay.
So the election day, the people can say, but we trust this man. Politicians are not trusted. You know, there are some officials of Nimba that don't even know all these places. They haven't been here. You don't even know that human being live here.
And you're here passing through them.
Of course. If you want to represent the people, you got to know their condition. So that when you sit in the air condition, then you know that there are people that are in heat, in mosquito, there are people that cannot pass from their farm. You keep thinking about them. It inspires you. Instead of sitting in Monrovia, $2.5 million. You know what I can do for Liberia?
In different sectors?
In different sectors. Agriculture, bridges. This bridge here, it costs about 110,000. But you know how many other bridges that 2.5 million can build? They can build over 25 of them. So, Liberian people, you as in 2029, your fate is in your own hand. So you already know them. You have tested all the politicians in this town, including myself. 2029 will be about record, not promise.
Not promise.
If we take promise, then we'll hold ourselves responsible.
Thank you. I know we are
Thank
we are on the road and definitely we'll talk more.
Yes.
Samuel Koga. Samuel Koga wrote 2 communications concerning Nimba County today. One has to do with the Charles Hebdo Hospital, financial increment in the budget, and the second one has to do with resources from ArcelorMittal due for Nimba County. So this communication will be discussed. Senator, welcome to the media.
Yeah, thank you very much, member of the 4 estates. I'm very much delighted at this time to receive you in my office. As you rightfully say, yes, we proffer 2 communications, which has to do with the issue of the revenue sharing regulations. It is strong in the Revenue Regulation Act that there should be 10% given to the county, the federal county, meaning ArcelorMittal, if their concession ratified, they had 200 million in the budget, their contribution to the budget. And all these fundings derive from the exploration of iron ore in Nimba County. And the revenue sharing law provides that every county that has a revenue base, whatsoever resource derived therefrom, 10% should go to the county. So if you sat and calculate the revenue dividend, Nimba is 220 million. Out of 200 million, 10% is 220 million. That's the money that's supposed to go. So we are concerned, why is it that the Ministry of Finance is silent and this is not included in the budget to be captured as a law? Predicated upon this, we told you why to flag the issue so that the committees on judiciary and ways, means and finance to investigate and to show that this identical component is captured in the national budget. If you check in the budget, in terms of issue that has to do with dividend from the mines, you have a 3 million come to Nimba. So where the 20 million left, we need to know. It is our fiduciary responsibility as a senator of the country to ensure, more especially at the crucial stage where the budget is before us. I wanted the issue flagged, and it's in the committee room. Then the second aspect has to do with the issue of the JFD. As you may recall, JFD, Jackson Hebdo Memorial Hospital, served as a referral hospital in the sub-region with respect to Nimba, Grand Jide, Riwaji, and other places. And we realized that the administrators within that area had decided to erect and create a new 3 different departments that will alleviate the issue of those that have problem with the dental unit. And then they got eye clinics, and also having an oxygen plane that will enable people sometime on a dying bed that are not easily breathing to have that method over there to enhance or to help the people and see how best they can be referred to another areas. So these units, in order for this unit to be effectuating other activities, we must be empowered with fiscal domain. So the only place that the source of income can come from is the national budget. Perhaps they may generate their own fundings, depends on the number of operations that will occur when this place is open. So for now, we are asking the central government to intervene, and we, by statute, constitutionally, we have the power to appropriate. Now that the budget is before us, we are craving the indulgence of our colleagues to ensure that 150,000 be placed in the budget as an initial stage to enhance and jumpstart the process. So this is the reason why we thought it wise to let our police know, and that is a legal way of addressing issues that concerning your constituents, your citizens.
We'll take a few questions. Chief from Variety.
So, good afternoon, Chief. My name is Achieve Boan from Variety Newspaper. To the issue of the Jackson F2 hospital, do you care to tell us what is the initial budget line for the Jackson F2 hospital, and how much you want be added for equipment?
For now, I don't have the record to Matisse as I speak to you. I would have unfold that. But I will do a consultation with my colleague on Tony. But this one is an issue that was brought to our attention. It is our fiduciary responsibility when our citizens come with issue that we need to flag out. So even if you have budget prior to this, it cannot solve this problem that we're talking about.
Senator, my name is Zach Sherman. I write for Halifax newspaper. Relatively to the issue of ArcelorMittal, I see your calling Yan Twine has been one of the persons behind benefit for citizens of Nima County. Now you have come up with this idea of you getting your 10% as required by law. How effectively do you see your advocacy going for?
Well, the issue of advocating for your people, we were both elected as senator on a separate levels. And if we see Honorable Twanya or Senator Twanya is advocating for something, the only thing we can do is to buttress, but we can't be singing the sing song. Like for instance, this communication of Prophet. He is the one with the Waste, Means and Finance representing Nima County.
And so that's it here this evening. I'm a part of Kombi Korodo. Tonight we have with us Councillor Garrison Dode Yelu Jr., former representative of Electoral District for Nima County, and also a councillor at law and a very strong supporter of the CDC. Join us here tonight on the Heat Tower as we discuss Liberia politics, some of the major issues affecting Liberia too as well. And of course, with Nima County, this whole issue surrounding the 200 million signing bonus from ArcelorMittal Liberia. Recently, with the issue of the budget hearing currently ongoing at the Liberian Senate and the House of Representatives, when Senator Abraham Darius Dillon said the Senate has absolute control on the issue of hearing budget, the budget hearing at the Liberian Senate. Councillor Garrison Dode Yelu had a different opinion, legal opinion on that issue. And I saw another post again from the Senator Abraham Darius Dillon. He said he has warned Councillor Yelu on many occasions when it comes to legal discussion, one of which has to do with the removal of former Speaker J. Fonati Kofa, according to him, when he said the House decision at that time was illegal. Councillor Yelu supported those majority bloc. And when they went to the Supreme Court upheld the decision that the majority bloc action was illegal, thereby making him, Senator Abraham Darius Dillon, the winner, because he said their decision was illegal at that time. And so tonight, Councillor Yelu sit with us on the Heat Tower. Councillor, good evening and welcome to BKS TV. How you doing this evening, Chief?
Oh, I'm doing good, and good evening to your panelists. Even though we have a long journey coming from District 3, District 4, and then coming to Ganta, and then we are in Monrovia.
Oh, wow.
But, we have a commitment with you guys, so we have to make sure to be here today, so that, because a lot of people, I don't even know, when I logged into my Facebook page this afternoon, I saw that, oh, wow, I forgot that we have this conversation to be on the show today, so I have to come, because the CEO already complained that the network at times when I'm in Ganta is not too good. So we have to make our business to be here. So it's good to be here. And we are back here to discuss Liberia, to discuss Nimba Year Liberia Launch.
Thank you so much for being here tonight, Council. And Madam Lorena, welcome to the show. Did you visit Moyong when you went to District 4?
I'm the grandmaster for Moyong, so every time I go there, even here, I always visit Moyong.
How is
It's a
Moyong?
tradition.
How do you live Moyong?
Moyong is so wonderful, fantastic, and you know, Moyong is the only place that people who want to be powerful, they go to sing. So way back when people used to sing in Nimba, you hear them saying Yonto Ma. So we are from Moyong, we are powerful. We just not ordinary people, we are extraordinary people. So only people from where they can understand what we're talking about, and people from around Yakwe can understand. But Yong is not a place to joke, because just as you see where you see Yong, there are two powerful things in Nima that you can always attribute to when you're talking about Nima Kante inherent power.
Thank you, and we are glad to have you on the show tonight. You don't say tier or that they don't got we are do Moyong Pierre, but say tier woman or about that woman.
Man, the banana no mambuke no bro no pano ano buka ka o man peka de ape de ka ma ai kama de ka ya.
Thank you.
The bano ano the batika po.
Okay, that's great. So Madam Lorena will kind of visit you tomorrow, and maybe she can get some of our own from there. Like,
how she make you feel up there?
But anyways, to the conversation. Welcome to the show, Alma. Welcome.
Thank you.
To the conversation tonight, Council. Yesterday was the ruling Unity Party homecoming, and that of their fundraiser. That's the talk of the town. I want you to give us your honest analysis about the homecoming yesterday and the fundraising.
Well, the first thing, I was not actually in Monrovia, but I think I see a lot of variances, doubt, uncompromising figure coming from around the country. Yesterday, they said they raised the total money they have raised for the party headquarters is something around 1.3. But in Bon County, they raised 2.6. In Sano County, they raised 1 point something. And we don't even know the real figure they are raising. Not just that. The argument about crowd, it had long been settled yesterday because we all saw the crowd compared to October 18. We saw it different. And, there's something important they call honest crowd and people who are coming because they want to sustain their daily bread. And mind you, we are all being the executive. We got friends all over. We got people that we recommended they working in various ministries, agencies, autonomous agencies. And they will call and say, Chief, I don't feel bad. We have to go. We got to wear the t-shirt because we don't want to be fired. So even as that, proportionally, you cannot compare what they have compared to ours. And that is honest. And let me be very, very honest with that. I think we put out a very strong crowd. We also, when the president was coming, and we saw when former President George Weah was also coming to the groundbreaking ceremony, we saw the crowd. We compared all two. So I don't think we have any extra debate about that crowd. Well, they plan their program. They know how they plan their program and what they wanted to achieve. So they achieved what they wanted to get. But yesterday, I did a very brief post about, the same people who said they should remove us because of the code of conduct, they are the same people who saw them yesterday, all of them celebrating. And then when I did my post, and somebody came and said, well, the code of conduct was amended. But if the code of conduct was amended, then why was it seen last year you got to remove people from their job? 10 new people, you got to remove them. So if it was a sin, it was not a sin yesterday, then it should not be a sin today. But if it was a sin yesterday, then it should be a sin today. So in my mind, the very administration that came on the arrest agenda and a key cardinal component of that arrest agenda is the rule of law. And if they have the rule of law to be the key component and they are the very people violating the laws, then it's surprising. Because just recently we saw, or last year when we were at the Supreme Court, we saw the very commissioners from LTA saying you violated the code of conduct. Even when the Justice Minister went there for the conference, he said these people violated the code of conduct and are the reason the president took the action. And in the mouth of the Supreme Court, the court said, well, we don't want to go into the evidence-based hearing argument, but all we are saying, you violated the people's right. And the argument you, Justice Minister, bringing that the president have the right to dismiss people who serve in the executive, those people who serve in the executive, especially for tenure position, they are not honoring the people who serve at the will and pleasure of the president. They are honor Article 89 of the Constitution. So Article 89 is different from, I think, Article 56 or 57 they were talking about. But I just want to say this country belongs to every one of us. We all love this country. Just as we love Nimba, we all love this country. And we'll do our best to keep it better. And I have said, the code of conduct yesterday, when they amended the code of conduct, it was clear. And some of us make it clear that the code of conduct is dead. You cannot achieve it once you have taken the issue of political participation. You understand? And mind you, other people say, oh, you're violated. But yesterday, you see, so that why you see my post, I talk about the lady who they said she committed adultery and they said they were going to stone her to death. And then when Jesus got and asked and they explained, anybody who have not done what the lady did be the first to stone. And the Bible told me, Jesus turned and started writing in the dust. And then when he turned back, he saw that all the people who were singing loud, all the women committed adultery, they were all gone. So obviously, the sin was not about that woman alone. It was about every one of them. But because the woman who came out, so they want to take advantage of the woman. This is exactly what we are saying.
Yesterday, when the president won the election, he said there is no unity party, no CDC, no ANC it is just Liberians, and he needs everyone hand on deck to build up Liberia. But now we're seeing Unity Party having homecoming. Are you seeing any kind of, pick and choose among citizens of Liberia by the president?
The president's action does not commensurate with what he said. When you look at the president's action, look at the Glasgow, that the NAFA, she was removed because she is now a Unity partisan. So just look around. Where you have oppositions occupying key decision-making area, he made sure and took them from there. So this president is not honest when he says, I'm doing one thing, and then his action is completely different. So let's be honest with it. The president yet name opposition, active opposition people in his government right now, compared to Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, compared to President George Mannong Weah, then he named them. Apart from those who serve in the Unity Party Alliance, all those of the people that are from opposition camp, they get rid of them. They got rid of them. But when President George Mannong Weah came, they were key positions that Unity partisans were still occupying. When Madam Ellen Johnson said it was in this country, they were key positions that the Unity Party or opposition candidates or partisans were occupying. I will be honest. I'm not saying it's the same Unity Party, but there are two different kinds of leaders. One accepted the opposition, see that Liberia should be for everybody, and everybody should be based on your competence and how you see things. And how you see, Manasele was very, very instrumental and very, very effective in winning a lot of opposition politicians on board. Like for instance, like Waka Jaliba, then they never used to want to hear the name Madam Sirleaf. But because she opened her arms, there were so many young people. Isaac Jackson, so many of them. Louise Brown, who is now the ambassador to the US or to the UN, they were all opposition figures. But Madam Sirleaf was a very, very pragmatic and very, very understanding politician. Because she read public administration, often because she did not read agriculture and she did public administration. So her understanding about governance is different from a person who did agriculture. So she actually did well. The same thing came down to President Weah. He accepted a lot of opposition in his government, but you check in this current administration. So if you see this country will not be under your administration a government of the Unity Party, but the government of Liberia, then your action speaks different. It's something that we all need to look at different.
Now, taking you to this entire 200 million thing, it has been the talk of the town. And recently, your colleague, Senator Samuel Koga, stressed another important point, that the revenue generating out of Liberia costs 10% of money that is generated from the county to be allocated to the county. What is the actual rationale behind this thing, Councillor? Explain to the people of Nima, because the budget is about...
Koga is a far-sighted guy. Honorable Koga is a very far-sighted guy, and I think I must applaud him for even lifting these issues now. The revenue sharing law says clear. And mind you, when I was serving as the chairman of the Governance Commission, I worked with Deputy King Saki, who was former LRA boss on the Unity Party government, was hired by the UNDP to work with us on the revenue sharing law formula. And in that revenue sharing law, natural resources from the county, 10% of natural resources, the amount, 10% of that amount should be left for the county. Where it coming from? 25% is allocated to all 15 local government. In this, 15 subdivision. Then you get 5%. You have 25% allocated to all 15 local. Then 60% of that amount is for central government. 5% is allocated for the National Mineral Development Fund, the NMDF. And let me lay a premise. Thank God Lorena here, I know she can read some of this issue. This government came to power on the rule of law, the arrest agenda. The key component of it is the rule of law. And I'm surprised that the voices yesterday that were loud Oh, our social development money is not coming and this and that. Today, in this budget and in past, what they have collected from Metasi in the past year, 20% of that money should be left for NEMA alone, where the mineral is coming from. You say where it's passing through, you say where it's coming from. And where the iron ore is coming from is NEMA, 10%. And they assume that if Metasi pay the government 200 million, 300 million, 10% of that money should be, if that 200 million, it should be 20 million for NEMA County. Where is that money? Obviously, my sister Lorena and the folks from the Unity Party will tell you more about the 10%. But that's a law. The law was not meant because it want to satisfy certain administration. It was meant to satisfy the citizen. So this government is depriving NEMA annually of not little than 20 million from the revenue sharing law. And the essence of the law was made back so that people can use those money for development. So if central government is not coming, people will use the money for education purposes, for so much. But you know what? The money is not coming. Just a month ago, I was on people coming from camp to say they're paying 29,000, 30,000, 35,000. And before
Wow. There's internet is healing. Again, folks, if you're just joining us, you're listening to the Heat Tower program here on BKS TV. On the Heat Tower, we say dialogue and our confrontation. We say words and bullets. In tonight's edition of the show, we are hosting Councillor Garrison Dode Yelu Jr. Councillor Garrison Dode Yelu is the former commissioner for the Good Governance Commission in Liberia, also the former representative of Electoral District for Nima County. Welcome back, Council.
Yeah, thank you. So these people campaign in Nima in 2023. The central government is taking on Nima. By this time, I don't think central governments will be owing Nima a dime. Apart from the little 1.1, the royalty from the revenue sharing law, 2024, we should get not less than 20 million, not below 20 million. Because for my research, Metasi is a highest contributor to our budget annually. So if they are the highest and they can bring up to 200 million, 300 million annually, then they are depriving NEMA of not less than 20 million. The minimum, the bare minimum should be 20 million that they're depriving our county of. But I'm surprised that all the guys are not talking. These are the people whose voices were very loud yesterday, telling us that, oh, the CDC government is lying all to get our money. You understand? Now they are in power. Not just they are in power, the current vice president is from NEMA. He sits as the president of the Liberian Senate. So the budget goes to the Liberian Senate as well. And this is a law not to certify individual. It's a law made for, and the good thing is that the key guys, the key people now at the legislature, including Abraham Darius Dillon, the current pro tem, Nunkwe, Edwin Melvin Snow, Vice President Jeremiah Kwankun, all the guys were at the legislature when the law was passed in 2021-22. Now, it is NEMA. Why are they saying? Nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I'm not speaking from my own perspective. That is what the law says. The law says 10% of natural resources revenue should be allocated from the country the resources is coming from. 10%.
So do you think this
should be distributed among?
Do you think this 10% will be given to NEMA under this regime?
My brother, under this regime, I see it to be a big doubt. Imagine 2024, 200 million or 20 million. Imagine 2025, another 20 million, 40 million for this government to get NEMA County 40 million. Trust me. On the bare minimum, 40 million. Trust me. You're not going to get it.
So to this issue, it has been something
on the bare minimum. We were just yesterday in the campaign, they were talking about, oh, NEMA 9 million is in the consolidated account. We're not getting it. Now, they tell the NEMA people what is happening to their 20 million. The government can't rule a law. They are the people that champion the issue. Oh, rule of law, arrest it, rule of law, rule of law, rule of law, rule of law. And it's a good thing because a lawyer, we all want to see rule of law to prevail in our country because there is the only thing that we all have to protect us, the law. And if the law will protect you, GMP, and myself, then the government who sit there should also protect the law. Because what took him to the executive mansion is nothing else than the law. Had it not been a constitution that said presidential tenure is 6 years, we would not be having every 6-year election. It's because of the law. So because of the law, they are there. They should hold fast to the law and make sure that the law provides. A law prevails. So Orokoga is right. But if you look in this current budget, what is projected for NEMA in total, I saw, is 7 million. So you're talking about you owe NEMA 2024, you owe NEMA 20 plus million. 2025, you owe NEMA another 20 plus million. We're talking about 40 some more million. Then you just project 7 million. And you know where that 7 million coming from? From our royalty. The same money they say CDC ate way back. Now the money now they put in the budget. So CDC never ate it. Like Waterspoon said the last time. They lie. CDC never ate the money. The money was in the consolidated account. Today, now the money they put in the budget. So, where is our 40 some million? The government arrest agenda. We love you. We want the best from you. You're being out 40 some million. We can fix all of our roads in NEMA. We don't need government money to come put drugs in our clinic. We don't need government money to put trucks or to get bad trucks or shit, blackboard for our students or armchairs. We will fix it ourselves. When we go to the county council, 40 million is enough for us to do a lot of things with it. Where is the money? It's not something that we're begging for. It's something that they sound to. It's a law. It's a law. And this law came about because the international community said that's a benchmark for all to achieve certain goal. And they felt that a centralized government without decentralizing, it deprived of the people. So you can't be talking about local government today. I'm so happy that and the Lorena, you got me finish talking, not I'm making force or now. Just wait more, you can. When you take this government and you come on to say you talk about rule of law. We just get 11 out of the 103. 11. 9 representatives and 2 senators. So the decision was made not by 11, it was made by the entire people of this country who sent their people there. And they made that decision. Why are they trying to run away from the decision they made yesterday? Why are they? We will be very happy if Lorena then will start raising their voice to say, look, you're paying NEMA people their money. They know the fair share. How much is Metal Steel giving the people? If that 100 million, you're paying NEMA 10 million. If that 200 million, you're paying NEMA 20 million. And the sad thing is, Gian, this government projected 200 million for signature bonus. For where? For Metal Steel. But how much they put in the national budget for NEMA? 7 million. So let's assume that we're not even talking about 2024 and 2025. They just come to 2026. Your own set projection is 200 million. The 200 million bonus signature is a revenue generated from NEMA County. Where is our 20 million? Why is it not captured in the budget? Why is it not captured in the budget? The money, you already put the money on the programs. You put it for a lump sum that is from Metal Steel, then your programs then. So we go to this and we go to that. But now the 7 million we get in NEMA budget, it should have been 27 million. Our 20 million per hour lays 7 million. When you add them together, 27 million. Now what we're talking about? The revenue. All of that 200 million that you call signature fee is a revenue generated from NIMA. Let us see now in no country that NIMA, the iron ore is in NIMA. That where you have the iron ore. And if you have the iron ore in NIMA and you have 200 million in this budget, I want to talk about the one that Metal C paid last year, the one they paid 20, 24, 25. What you yourself just put in big envelope called signature bonus. That's a revenue generating. Because that bonus not coming about because of anything, it's coming because of that mountain. And where is that mountain, NIMA? But where I'm speaking it very simple. So the main way in the exact way play in this way number 4, she understand it. The main in B and W, she understand this. Simple math. 10% of 200 million is $20 million. Where is the money? Where are you going? And we were not yet then talking. And when we talk, they come after us. And then our children of Lucifer that was in heaven, and God got vexed with him because he wanted to rebel against God, and God said anything done. So we are not children of Lucifer, and they are children of God. So even if they buy, it will be good to them. Even if the Bible have said fornication is bad, but once a unity party, fornication is not bad. Even if the Bible have said do not lie, once a unity party, lying should be celebrated. And we have said in meeting that the day we will stop talking for NIMA is the day we're going to 6 feet. Whether we're in government, we are not in government, we'll talk. That's our right. That's the only place we have. The decision at the national level affects my people in Kampley, in Zogbapley, in Vayengle, in Sloyola, Wienetuo, Beatuo, all the places that my people have background from. This is what we're talking about.
So Council, there is another trending issue in Liberia currently. It has to do with Prophet Key. Prophet Key is from NIMA. I don't know the role of elders in our county, but you know very well about elders, and you know about the Freedom of Speech Act. I don't know whether it worked that way, but you are counselor. You can give us more education on that. Prophet Key have been seen on social media a couple of times insulting leaders from the county, but none of you guys seem to call him out. And you guys from the county, you watch it.
So you want Prophet Key to cause me anyway? I'm from Vayengle, of course, it's not my issue.
Okay. Now, if it's not Senator Koga, it will be Taiwan, will be the rest of the people. What's the role of the elders, our leaders from the county? Do you think this is okay for us?
I think, let me borrow the word from Ambassador Louis Brown, who said the culture or the tradition have been desecrated in NIMA. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. I remember a few years back, there was a journalist and just an interview. And I was giving a scenario. My brother, the elder came down on me when God played. Just a scenario. The elder came down on me when God played. Where are the elders today? So sad. NIMA elders, they are not standing up now because elders now feel that small thing might come from government and come in their pocket. Those days, our elders were not thinking about job, about remunerations. They were thinking about the people. So the man who controls your pocket controls you. That's the situation in NIMA. We respect our elders, but honestly, they're looking about salary. Or maybe one big man said that he gave small thing to the elder, then every month, if that $40, $40, they change it to the LD, they send to their mobile money. But let me tell you, when our representative, I have elders on my payroll. I have people more than, I think, 57 or 67, including elders from my district that are also getting part time every month. It did not stop them. It did not stop them from saying the truth when there is an issues. It didn't. They will call us to a meeting and they will play their elderly role. Whether it's Honorable Koga, Honorable Tangwe, Honorable Musa Hassan Berete, they are all leaders of the county. Like the issue you brought today, you're talking about Delon said. They never have an argument with me. Anywhere, nothing. And I came back on his post and make it clear to him. We represented the majority bloc, and the minority bloc went to the Supreme Court because they wanted the Supreme Court to interpret Article 33 and Article 49. Simple. They went in INRI, and you know what I'm talking about as a lawyer or someone who's trying to graduate from law school. INRI is a non-adversary petition you file to the court to interpret. So they went in read the constitutionality of Article 33 and Article 49, and the court brilliantly explained. And I told him, but why I said the last one, okay, there, thing. I said the very senator should be ashamed of himself because what he should have done if the body was illegal, the budget they passed at the time and sent to him, he should have not voted for that budget. But he voted for the very budget. He was paid for that budget. So you can't be in glass or in throw stone. He won me on nothing. The argument I wanted from him was the argument his chairman on judiciary killed and said what they are doing is informal. And when they say something is informal, it means nothing have gone before then, like my argument. There's a process, it's a procedure for bill to leave the House of Representatives to go to the House of Senate. The process is not done concomitantly. And the mass of the framer, if said, for every one of them to do that work together, who have said the senators may propose an amendment. They won't have said that.
Thank you, Council. Madam Lorena, welcome.
I just want to say to you, this country, we should do our best for this country to hold it at the level we envision it to be. Because this is the only country you and myself we have. I'm sure Lorena will not say she wants to be a citizen of Guinea or Sierra Leone. She wants to be a citizen of Liberia. And the only thing that protects you and myself is the law. Nothing more, nothing less.
Thank you. Lorena, welcome to the show. You can ask your three questions. If you don't have, you can make your input there.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Gio, and thanks to Councilor Yelu for accepting our invite again and being on the show. And sorry, I have for the poor quality of my voice. I don't have a question, but I'm going to just make comments on some things that Councilor Yelu said. So I'm going to be starting with the fundraiser that he said. It was kind of confusing because the national is saying they raised 1.3 million, and Bon County is saying they raised 2 million and this million, and Sano is saying that, So the national is talking about 1.3 million and it's 1.3 million USD. When Bon County said they raised 11.2 million, they were talking about liberty. It was the journalists, just like they just want to run with news, they don't verify information, who said 11.2 million USD. Myself, when I saw that, I went back to many people from Bon County Live to listen to what the lady, there was a bright lady, I think she worked at Finance Ministry, who were in charge of that rally, who announced the total figure. I was kind of scared. I said, what? Because the number of person I saw in the video to raise 11.2 million, I thought it wasn't too correct. And when I listened to what she said, 11.2 million Liberian dollar, which is approximately 11,000, a little over 11,000 as per the current rate. So the journalist is the one who confused the public. When I say I was confused, and I didn't want to believe it because I saw the crowd. So that crowd, if they raised 11.2 million, it means somebody took money from someone dumping in the basket. So I went to listen, and it was actually 11.2 million Liberian dollar. It was generally large. So the thing goes across. Because even this morning when Nima Rade, when we took the money to Senator Vapla Starry, when we took the money to where we supposed to carry this money, because yesterday we had the money with us at the Rade, and we didn't know what, so 10 it we left. Then when I reached all the way to here, they were joining. They said, oh, you have bring the money back. We went back, they were finished with the country. So the money.
Can you give me 1 minute? Let me get my cable because I'm seeing my battery going low. So you can be talking, and I want to really listen to you, please.
So this morning, when we carry the money, and the person is like, oh, Nima take well most of your money. In fact, all our money was in US except for 100,000 Liberty. So those who are counting million, the million is actually in Liberty, and then our journalists, some of our journalists will know that they don't verify information, they just bring with it. That's one thing I want to say. Then on the issue of Senator Taylor and having argument with Councillor Yelu, like I've always said, don't let it come between two politicians, because wherever they will sit to reconcile, you will not be there. The supporters, the followers will not be there. But one thing I can say for sure is that Senator Taylor have proven not to be a policy-driven person. Because if you're a policy-driven person, no matter who is in charge as the president, as the vice president, your white will always be white in your eyes, and a green will always be green. What do that mean? Under George, we are government. Under former president, we are government. There was two instances that I remember very well. One of them, Senator Dayton said he lied on an oath. So because of that, they denied, they said the president can nominate another person. And then there was another person who used, I think, who used a Facebook page to say some things, and Senator Dayton also said because of the statement he made on his Facebook page, they could not confirm it, and he lobbied. And surprisingly, I don't know whether it's a good surprise, it was CDC regime, CDC government, but he was rejected. Now, under this government, there's the present deputy minister for urban affairs at Internal Affairs Ministry. She talked to her Facebook page, insulted another lady, body shamed her, and even insulted her parents. And she went for confirmation, and she could not answer any question. Now, even the question asked, the simplest question asked, what was the budget of MCC? And because she had been working with MCC as a council person for more than 6 months before her confirmation hearing, and we know the budget is a public document. She could not answer that simple question. Neither talking about when they say what is government, as simple as that question was, she could not also answer it. But the Senate decided for whatever reason, they rescheduled or resettle confirmation hearing. In my life, I heard about resettle exam, but they didn't hear about resettle confirmation hearing until this government that I support. And the moment they confirmed that day, that Tuesday, few minutes later, she took to her Facebook page to insult the same ladies, Councillor Morara Yekula, insult her parents, and insult the rest of the tribe in Liberia, and say they must do it, they are special, they don't have child or until they are married. So it means we are the immoral people. If the Senate is a Senate enough, if Darius Dayton, the senator, is a policy-driven person, they will revoke that lady confirmation. So I don't like to even talk discussion about Senator Dayton and somebody when it comes to law, when it comes to policy, because He has proven, based on the instances that I just stated and more, that he's not policy driven. He's moved a situation around him. So that's what I would say about that situation. And then coming to the issue of whether Meta C or the government has 20 million for NEMA. Councillor Yeru, thank God you worked as the government commission and you had that commission for some years. And you and myself know that the Local Government Act of 2018 is being implemented but not folded. So the budget sharing act of 2021, the budget sharing law of 2021 is not also implemented yet. So when we said they were not giving our money, it was our social development money. They were not, Meta State was not actually giving it. You yourself, before you started supporting CDC, you said that before many times in public. They were not giving
Yes.
it. You know that. And maybe the president or the government has some constraint, and they think we are the big brother for a whole 14 countries to credit from us. Maybe, I don't know what was the reason. But the budget sharing act, or budget sharing law of 2021, if it is fully implemented, obviously we'll hold the government accountable to give our 10%, because they say we're supposed to have the 10%, and now the NEMA. Like, for example, to the real estate tax, every county that we collect a tax, the 10% of that tax supposed to remain with that county. So for us, NEMA, real estate
Governor,
business
Governor,
licenses.
Governor, 1 minute. I just want to provide certain information on that because I work personally with Deputy King Saki on that. The one with marriage certificate, real estate, other one in at 40%. That one I was talking about. The law came to be in 2022, and the revenue sharing, the formula have been adopted. It have been adopted since 2023.
Councillor, can you let me end, then you can come in? Let me just end so I can lose my thought. Because it's tough for more than 10 minutes, I just started looking at you. So the decentralization policy or component of the Local Government Act, if it takes effect, I think you are saying in recent time, they have meeting in Banga, they have meeting in Ganta, in Senikode, and that's what have been being pushed. And they even had a workshop, I think it was done in Ganta, where the team from LRA or team from Ministry of Finance, and that's what is being pushed. Even recently in Banga, the meeting they had with the elders, the chief from across the 15 counties, that was the agenda. So what we should be pushing for, instead of some lawmaker asking for amendment in the Local Government Act, what should be pushed for is a full implementation of the act, because the full implementation will allow the decentralization, the proper decentralization. What is happening now is that you're testing the water. It's not fully implemented. And so when that happens, obviously, for some of us, yes, we supported UP to come to power, and we support this government, but we don't call white clothes red clothes because the people around us want to hear red. We will say it. We say if for example Meta C is giving 50 million, we say where is our 5 million? We say that we just depending on how much will be it at the time. But personally, it is difficult to say, Councillor Yuri, because you and I know that the law, the decentralization process has not taken effect. That's what they have been pushing for recently, and with the draft budget, it means even 2026, we still got more talking to do because it didn't reflect in the 2026 draft budget. So that's what I would also say about that. And the issue of Prophet Key, I don't listen to Prophet Key. I don't watch him. Maybe just for any reason, if it pop up on my phone, I just leave it there quick. I have talked to Prophet Key twice because somebody took somebody's name there to be insulted. And then when they contacted me, I said, I don't have his contact. We are not friends on Facebook. And they sent me a WhatsApp number. And I called him. He canceled my call. He said, text me. And I texted, introduced myself. So maybe apparently when I said Lorena called to get, maybe he knew that I was in the sister. Then he called me and I said, oh, somebody did SYC. I want you to disregard. He said, oh, the person need $850 for that school fee. Can you pay it now? And no, so it was like a situation or how you call it there, blackmailing, something like that. So I said, no, I can't do it, but I'm just letting you know. So I say, you won't be senator. Nima say you won't contest 2023. Is that you be senator to be insulting people? No. So that's the time I talked to him. And I called the person who gave me that number. I said, I don't know what to do because I talked to the man 2 times. Huh? He stay in season, I should pay $850. So really, maybe like Junior is asking, where are the elders? I know we got elders. Maybe they let me they afraid. So they don't, I don't know according to order, but I don't think the elder should be afraid of any individual, especially when you are from Nima. They should be able to call you to order when you're doing things. Today it could be Ta, it could be Senator Koga, tomorrow it could be any other leader of our country. So that's for me, that's what I feel. It could be any other woman. One time we saw he even insulted say Judy Andy. It was around the inauguration that they reconciled. So that's what I would say. And then after last they talk about the issue of cry and party haircut. So if the CDC brought in more people doing that, how you call this thing, groundbreaking. You cannot be comparing.
Lorena, can I
Go
please ask
ahead.
you? Say, Lorena,
Ask.
we had guests.
Well, have you been on the
We
show?
need to talk Yeah, hold on now, Mama. I want us to give the guests the time to talk. You can come
But
back
how
with
did I start talking?
follow-up.
No, Tige, don't do that to me. How did I start talking? I
Say,
tried that counselor.
Lorena,
You have talked for more than 10 minutes, and Junior asked
say,
me to ask the question. If I don't have questions, to make comments. So I'm just commenting on those things he speak about, especially the one I think I can remember. Then he just told me he start talking. I didn't have Jack the show for him. I was the first to get on the show besides Junior. The counselor that made me on the show, and he talked. I didn't say anything. So how we just jump and start making comments
Go ahead
there?
and conclude
I
for
able to
us.
say I had Jackson. So go ahead with the go ahead.
No, okay, no problem. Councillor Yellow,
No,
you want
let
to
me
make
take the show. Because you know
no,
the TIA, you are not able to say you are people to express themselves. Their show is not an ABC class that you will be telling the student how to say now and how to greet people. This is a show or intellectual platform. And so if I don't have question like we all do, always do, you may comment on those things that the guests are said. It's
I
not the
think
first time.
that would be
What
the
makes
last
it
communication.
different tonight?
It will still be interesting.
You pays to talk.
I'm
Go
not
ahead.
a new page. I'm
Madam
not a
Lorena,
new
go
page.
ahead and
They
conclude
are
for us.
so so the issue is Honorable Yelu is like 10 person sitting in your living room that is 1 by 1, and 10 person sitting in your living room that is 10 by 15. That the kind of argument you want to bring. And I don't think you as a real seasoned politician we should do an argument on crowd. We know by 2018, by this time of 2018, CDC was already unpopular. You could visibly see the incompetence and the citizen, the ordinary citizen was discouraged. I'm not saying this government is perfect. Are they doing all we expect? No. Are they making tremendous progress? Yes. But it is not unpopular. And so if cities in 2 years, or not 2 years, I mean like say 2 years, people didn't even expect what they saw yesterday. And for me, I have not made any post about it. A whole cry argument and cry argument
Thank
because I
you.
don't see it to be essential. Because what is important is the deliverables that you'll be able to show during campaign that will make the ordinary people to vote for you. None of the cry, the CDC had a cry through or they should have won the election in 2023. So paying people
Thank
to
you.
come and cry is not cry on council. So what I expect us to do is we should hold our government, this government, to even if you're on the opposition, hold a feet to the fire to do the things that they promise our people to do, especially we from Nima, because everybody should be, they say when you really put your hand on your head. So that why we should not go into cry argument. That's what I would say about that. Thank you.
Gio, one thing,
Council, hold on, Chris. Chris, hold on. Council, I'm coming in. Council, I'm baking.
Please, I know clarify something before you come.
Yeah, Council, before you clarify, you are the guest. I hold your phone. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Chief. Council, go ahead.
Lorena said the revenue law is now into full swing. I think she needs to go back and read more about it. The revenue law was passed by the Liberian Senate on June 29, 2022. It was concurred by the Honorable Liberian House of Representatives on July 14, 2022, and published into handbill on August 9, 2022, after President Weah have signed it. Then on September 2024, the cabinet, this government cabinet, adopted the revenue share because you don't have to go back to pass it now. The regulation, the formula that said 10% for NIMA, 25% for the entire country, for the entire 15 counties, 60% for central government, 5% for the national mineral development stuff. It was done in September 2024. Assuming we are admitting that it was done in September 2024, let's leave 2024 out. Mitasi contributed or less than 200 million in the 2025 budget. Where is our 20 million, Madam Donket? So there is no excuse. In the revenue sharing law, there we should work out the formula, and the legislature say the cabinet should adopt the formula, and UNDP hire Jody King or Deputy King Saki, former ARF or Deputy Commissioner, to be the consultant on that. She work on it because our GC, when we were working on it, we went very far before my suspension. So there is no excuse. They are being adopted, assuming that 2024, he says that it was in September 2024, we disregard 2024. Let's talk about 2025. So this 200 million in this budget that they say it was signature bonus, that revenue too. Where our 20 million is not reflected. So 2025, our 20 million, you didn't give it. 2026, there's another 20 million. They're not even talking about what they're going to generate now. What they are saying is there's just a signature bonus first. So NIMA seems to, just this year alone, NIMA will be getting none less than 40 million from Mita Steel. This year alone, thank God we have the former development superintendent on with us. This year alone. So the issue that it's not in full operation is not true. The revenue sharing law says after it has been passed and been published into handbill, there should be a formula derived. And they started a pilot project with Margibi County. And that pilot project was done with Margibi County on real estate. And it was successful. And being that it was successful, when this new government came to being, they submitted it to them. And they approved. The percentage you saw abroad is what the minister, the cabinet, the Unity Party, the rescue cabinet approved. So in this rescue cabinet, they should have given from NIMA just from the 200 million bonus, signature bonus. NIMA should get 20 million for 10%. You understand? 20 million for NIMA is gone in thin air. When you check the budget, they gave NIMA 7 million. 7. You know, we'll come to the budget. I want to give chance to DK. There are so many things we saw in the budget that are disproportionate to NIMA. And it's boring us, it's hurting us. For a country like NIMA, now, if the 200 million for signature fee is just 200 million and we are entitled to 10%, then what Meta is going to generate should be either 300 million, 150 million for in general. It's also 10% there. So that our 10% for the 10%, it should be in the budget. And you know the budget is contingent on what happened last year. So the government should have even projected that what coming this year, contingent upon what we saw last year, Meta Steel brought 200 million or 250 million. So NEMA get 25 million. Then the signature bonus, NEMA also get 20 million. This will put out 45 million there. So that our superintendent called me up Gono. So we'll carry that one for development all around. So my people can be calling me from Vinegate to be paying for surgery in capital, 50,000 for surgery, 30,000, 40,000 for surgery, when we used to pay 17,000. When we get the kind of money, so it'll be coming to us. Look, Lorena will pass that level. That level, it passed. You now calling, you don't get our development superintendent again because the issue now that you're talking about, that we're talking about, is that within 10 years, it's not the issue. To the larger extent of that local government act, the revenue sharing law is a separate law from the local government act. Separate law. So you cannot combine all two. The revenue sharing law is a different law. The local government act is a different law. And all I want to say to you, tell your people they should take that budget, like Onrokoga said. They should send that budget to the executive. Let it project our 20 million. And then they want to owe off for last year. If you're not paying, let it put it there. Then we know get 40 million, government get 40 million. So that when we're talking next year, we'll say 2024 or 25, that was 25 million. Then the signature bonus, that was 20 million. Then you're collecting 200 or 300 million. So that one at 30 million. When we put it together, government or Liberia or 60 million, 70 million. That's what the law says. Now me say, oh, I was not even in the legislature when that law was passed. I only work with the technician from UNDP. And it was approved not by the CDC cabinet, but by the rescue cabinet. They approved it. That you have been made enough to put the full money. Budget is contingent upon what happened last year. If you look in the budget, the current budget, you see the projecting for 2025 or 26, 27, 28. So why they are not projecting our money now? Let us see money they're giving. Because obviously, you already put the signature bonus there. Technically, if you're not passing the law, I don't know whether Yantoya will even vote for that budget because all of the issues you've been talking about are not being addressed. And the budget now, before they even vote for the budget, when those issues are not addressed, it means that it was just a showmanship. But my thing is, we have to be clear on this issue. It's not about party. The thing was done because they want the people to benefit. So that someone can sit down from Gladly, y'all every day, Bitcoin, DKY, every day, man, send me the one, send me that one. They clean it down. Military should be there. But now all the cleaners in Nima County should go there free of charge. You know, in terms of $20 million, our post should be going to clean it free of charge. But nobody talking. Nobody talking. Today we're crying for the community college. And me tell you, in the county council setting, they always project money for the Nima University. If you put our 20 million there, you're giving all 1.8 million this year, but you're giving Lofa 1.3 million. Lofa is a community college. You're giving them 2.3 million, but you're giving Nima University 1.8. I hope I never heard Lorena talking about that. But that is not a big issue. If you give her 1.8, we get money. That would be good for us. We can give our 20 million to all. We can say that our university, we can take 5 million. We can talk to the council people and say, look, your project 5 million for education. And then 5 million you're putting for education, let 50% of the 5 million go to the Nima University. Our money will still go up.
So I didn't talk about the budget because you didn't mention it, and I want you to discuss it because I got points on it too that myself got problem with. Why I didn't mention what you wouldn't say we're talking later, so I can't be guessing what you want to say. That's a reason.
Okay. Phoebe Hospital is getting money. Then Complex Comprehensive Health Center, the public institution. Phoebe Hospital, a private, a Lutheran Church hospital, is getting more money than Second PA. Cottington University is getting $300 and some more $300 and some more $1,000 in this budget when the LICC in Ghana cannot get that amount. When the African Bible University cannot get that amount because they are in NIMA. Cottington is a faith-based institution. Phoebe is a faith-based institution. They are getting all that money. But when NIMA, the people, man, you know, one time we were in the legislature, we were talking then, one representative said, your NIMA people, even will give you the whole of Liberia. You will say your Sierra Leone to your Guinea to your Africa to your want everything. I said, no. Just give us what we want, what we deserved. At the time we were fighting to put LRCC in the budget to get 200 and some more thousand. It was the only year, because we have our background from the inland, we were fighting for the LRCC to be in the budget and get money. We were fighting for Ghana United Methodist Hospital. It was honor. I will not say it was honor different administration. Honor Madam Salif. We were fighting this development superintendent here. Ghana United Methodist got 225,000. The government came to rescue us. How much are they getting Ghana United Methodist? How much are they giving LRCC? Today, Phoebe, a private hospital, is getting more money. If you take Phoebe getting, I think Complex Comprehensive is getting 25 to 30,000 or 40,000. And I saw our lawmaker posting about it. I said, is he reading the budget? Is he reading the budget? Look, let's be honest. You know how Vingley, Gable, and Ben Fonwe got in the national budget? Because I stood my ground. Today I see people taking glory, this and that. I say, look, just stop taking. We still get play there, not in the budget. We get BOYO not in the budget. We get weight play not in the budget. We get but pay not in the budget. Those of you who want to take glory, you go put in the budget. Say it easy. They put in there. They will not. But the way we did, I want someone not cheer for. Oh, we meeting. Hey, look, you're the meeting. You can't go.
Thank you, Council. Thank you, Council, because we are many. Because we are many. Said Lorena, when I was making a comment, I didn't do it to disrupt you. I didn't do it to cut you off. That was when you were explaining, I back off. We are about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 panelists. Gion, who they hold me us serving. They all the author for 20 minutes each. We'll be talking for 2 hours and 40 minutes. The guests will just be sitting down here for no reason. So that is terrain management. We need to talk and give way to the guests to speak. When we get guests, at least I can have a branding us. We do it interactive. Your information you have, everything is valid. But they know that every one of us on the panel now as panelists talk for 20 minutes each. We take 2 hours, 40 minutes of the guest time. And then there's no need we bring guests. We just need to sit there and talk for our 20 minutes each, and we absorb the time we're here for and go home. I was not saying in any way to denigrate you. The heat you can take for us here, only you can take it. I respect you for that. So that was the only intervention I was trying to make. That talk and look at our time. Yeah, they look at our time to give guests the time to explain, because the person is here sacrificing their time for certain things, certain information they need to provide. So if I say anything to you that I wrong you, I hold your phone. I'm sorry, you might be sister, you know how you and myself can flow. That's the only information. Mr. Host, please be on order or back. Be on order or back to talk for certain minutes and give the guests the opportunity to go ahead.
Thank you, DJ. Since you are right on the floor, ask your 2 questions before you leave.
Question for Councilor Yeru. Yes, my question for Councilor Yeru is: did you saw the information published by former chairman Wilmot Pay, and what is your take?
What did he say? Honestly, I didn't read it. So unless you say something about it.
Okay, so let them go to another person who will try to put it up on the screen. So go
Okay.
to another person.
Okay.
Yeah.
DJ is important. Since he didn't read it, let me just give a little brief about it.
Or put
According
it
to,
up, John, put it up and read a portion of it.
it's long, oh, really, really long. But I
It's
think,
long, DJ.
Just
Okay.
summarize it. Summarize it.
It's
yeah,
long.
let me just summarize it.
But
You
According to
will have to read
woman
it and
pays
get in-depth understanding before you can speak about it. It's long.
Okay.
Mr. Holt, woman pays spoke as a partisan of unity of the government. And few things I want to say to you.
Mhm.
Woman pay is one of those that usher in a rescue. Painstakingly, even if it's frustrating them, they will come to defend it. So when I see them writing anything, I don't even waste my time to read it. Honestly, I don't lie to you. Because
No,
these are the people
one
that
was
brought the
different.
government here.
This one was different.
When you put it out,
That was, I think, day before yesterday, and it was
I don't ready for our
different.
in on the bar convention.
Definitely, you were there. But just to give you a little brief about it, this is what he wrote. According to him, the Unity Party, he was urging the members unity, integrity, and vigilance within the party. He wants that the internal corruption, not external opposition. According to him, the problem that Unity Party is facing today is internal corruption and not the external opposition. That's what he said. And he further said that, he further stressed that the December 6th, which was yesterday, someone background is having some. Guys,
What?
please mute yourself. Yeah, according to him, the December 6th recruitment to the Unity Party is not a pledge to fight greed, uphold governance, and protect national resources from exploitation. He condemns those who join the party to loot and undermine progress, calling for courageous action, accountability, and renewed dedication to Liberia development. He also concluded by emphasizing that trust, character, and transparency, not money, it will undermine the future of the Liberian success that Unity Party is fighting for. So key things he said. The problem that Unity Party is inside threat.
We were in Duoplay yesterday, but we never had the opportunity to really talk. But Wemo is somebody I really admire. When I saw the post from his wife when he was dismissed abruptly, even though it's the constitutional prerogative of the president to keep a minister or not. But we all know, following keenly what was happening with this same Metal Steel, the Oranto, and then the current company that's going to come to see doing lodging that the Vita Post are then working on to do lodging around the Sanicole, going to a place over there. And he stood his ground. That's what men should be for. It's true. And let me I'll make this clear. When Women Pay was dismissed by the president, I said, but the war on integrity have been lost by this government, by this administration. Because everything women was saying, nobody who want things to be right would dismiss such a man. Nobody who want things to be right. So, like he said, you know, should not be thinking about crowd, who put all the large crowd. They should be thinking about how to stop those people who building the mansions on Marshall Road and they are visiting it in the night. The fact of the matter, whether you go there in the night or you go there in the day, the people you buying the land from, they know you. The people who mine the place, they know you. They can talk. So when some preset from Araiko goes there, say, "Now my land, I just mine a player for somebody, now government official." So me and one judge were talking, say, it's sad. You don't have to go there at night. You didn't go where. You continue to go in the day. Go in the day. Everybody see you going there. But I think Wema is one of the species that we should be proud of in this country. He stood his ground. And that, look, even if we will come into power in 2029, and certain thing we are advocating for youth employment. After we have won the election in 2029, we should be fighting for the young people to get jobs. That's my focus. And if our government will not do similar thing, I should simply tell Mr. President, we are thank you for the service to my country. I don't think this is what we fought for, because we think you took 6 years to see the mistake, and coming back, you should come back with a vigor to correct the mistake that you have identified. You cannot come back and live in the same mistake. So, Mr. President, the fact that you want to live in the same mistake, thank you, Mr. President. I'll go to Yombi and go sit down there. One thing anybody will not take from
Council, I have my last question. My last question to you is, you work in the CDC government with Zotaun Tatos, Wally Duna, later with Fons Racklet. All those guys cross over to the United Party. Do you think the CDC and the opposition in Nigeria still have any backbone, any teeth to back at the United Party? Like the argument that you are coming by in 2029, do you think that argument and that vision is possible? Thank you.
But it's a very bad, DJ, you were in Liberia, it's a very bad sign for the United Party. There is the same trait that led them to defeat, that led also defeat in 2017. 85% of the representatives, they pledged support to Ambassador Bouaka. We pledged support to him. Almost 75% of the senators pledged support to him. The main voters are the massive, the people. One thing I can tell you, Duna myself, we got a lot of professional cases we take together. We all went for the bar. I think you saw him, I said our picture he posted. And then later on I saw that I couldn't find him. He said, he had left for Monrovia for the program because he received invitation. That is the party. Going home is nothing wrong. So Tatos was appointed by the United Party, and then when CDC came, he worked with them. He worked with us. For me, in 2005, as anybody in the community, we campaigned for CDC on the brochure as then. I was the forefront. But in 2011, when I was about to contest, and because of the situation with the NPP and the Winston Totman situation, and then Roland Duo then coming, so I have to go and find party. So my Oma to say there is no one else I can join the NUDP and go on the NUDP ticket. I went to the NUDP, but I have been a member of the CDC from 2005. We made Reginald Sokrante to win the election. May also rest in peace. Ask anybody in the community. My friend Dosi Toto, who worked with I want to stay with the GAC, Joseph Swing, all those guys were with the Unity Party. But I led the young people in our community. And we make sure we printed our own t-shirt. She was selling water. And we supported her with everything we have. This will be voting. Well, y'all make fun out of the people woman will say, yeah, we'll carry her. And she won the election. But it was time for us to come home. And going home, like I said, I have a write down. And I think it will be out if it's your note from Monyon will be coming out tomorrow morning. Other people can go home and now a sin. But when some of us went home, it was a sin. Why? In this country, When you're going home to Unity Party, they celebrate you. Even if you are the best criminal in this country, you should be celebrated and everybody should worship you. But if that was CDC and you're going home to CDC, you are the worst thief and they should be prosecuted. Article 17 in the Constitution is clear. It gave you the right to association. So I can say why Honorable Donna went back to his mother party. I can see why Zota Wantata went back to his mother party. But I can tell you why I went back to my mother party. So those who don't understand today, go back to the history and ask in the community and ask the people that will tell you more about me. With my relationship with the CDC start today. I started following President Weah when I was in Danale, and then he was helping those guys with Larissa there. I felt that I said, this guy, with the help he gave in Liberian here, and then when he came in politics, trust me, I was with him. And the second thing, my talk then was, well, man, I said he supported the war, the other person supported war. So the only person could be who is a neutral party that we could support was President Weah in 2005. And I supported him. I have always been a supporter of President Weah, and I love him. And I was supporting him once and staying in politics, I will support him. Oh, let's get that clear for the record. I love President Weah. And the fact that I love him, not because he will give me money, or not because I want job from him. I love him because somebody who can call me my brother. I mean, you know what I mean for president to call you my brother. My brother. Then you what else you want again? In a war we live in. The president say you my brother. Then you come from this, you want another thing. Here you go. Now one said, anybody would do it to yourself, they're doing it for me. That's me right there. And let me tell you, how much do I need to survive in this country? When Robert go out with him and Gene was asking me about Zepa, this and that and that, and I will eat it. So that one issue. So our brothers have their right to go back home. So it should not even be issue. But all we are saying is that when we want to have our home coming to, where we'll be bringing our brothers back, they should not call them, they should not verify them, they should not call their name, they should not say all the, I hope my brother Martha Senior will not be using all the big people on them too at that time. Because you see the Unity Party at the time, like then all be writing, oh, this and that, and this. And yesterday, the funny thing is, when I saw Zota, or not Zota, Depuzo granting the interview and talking about the improvement, about budget, about there, I said, oh, Depu talking? I thought when you in government, you're not supposed to be talking about politics and this and that and that and this. But let's be honest. They will lead the truth. And we want one day where some of them will come to the radio, to this show that we always discuss the issue. Like Lorena said here today, CDC came to power in a very precarious situation. The first thing when CDC came to power, Ome left this country. Liberia was starting anew. When CDC started to face it, right away, COVID came. So when someone tell you, say, people were not taking pay on time, yes, because most of the support, the donor support, were cutting off because Ome had left this country. Then COVID came. When COVID came, we struggle with it. People were saying that won't taking pay. Can you imagine in country, the Liberia, people saying that won't taking pay for 2 years. After that, CDC start paying people on time. Nobody will tell you in 2022 their salary was not coming on time. In 2023, their salary was not coming on time because we have fixed it at that time. So they are a beneficiary of our work. Not just that. The electricity they're talking about. CDC time, we were running the wires. We were building the substations. When they got through with the substation, it was in May 2023. This Cyrus here, when we were here 2023, before the election, Corinne was not going off here during the rainy season because the substation in Duarte here were open. All the substations around here, the CLSG that they're talking about today. But at that time, you're talking about, oh, when the CDC was there, the current, it was like this. We were building the substations. We built it. When we finished building it now, when it got operational, it was already in elections. So people were not focusing on it. Then we lost the election. You came and start benefiting from it. The road to Grand Gile, now people can ride from here. One day go Grand Gile, come back. Mind you, if the road between Ganta to Tapeta, that I know, if that road on that same condition, you can go Grand Gile and come back the same day. I bet. Between Grand Gile, between Tapeta and Ganta, you will spend 1 week first. So everything that they are benefiting from today, it is our work. But you know what? Our people know it is our work. It's our work. The road fund, who make the road fund to be more active? Who make it to be today, the other party, they were talking about the Western Corridor, this and that. Look at most of those things, then who earmark it? When the man earmark it, so started, and the man in there, you started. Give praise to the man. Look, we all know people have their own shortcomings.
Council, are you saying that the Unity Party is not giving the credit to CDC for what they did before they left?
They will not call CDC anything. They will not call even the overhead bridge. When President Weah went to China, they said President Weah went to China, he was in boss. But the project came today. Mm-hmm. You know what they are saying? They say it for them. The building overhead bridge. It didn't start from there. It started from Manasseh Leaf. From Manasseh Leaf, President Weah went there and make it better. So when you come say, Manasseh Leaf started, President Weah came to, and then we are there. Who say that government are continuity? We just say everything at us. But there is no agreement you have signed on your own about that overhead bridge. I challenge them. No separate agreement more than the one President Johnson said we signed and George Weah signed. That give credit to people. Let me tell you, when I was representative, one thing I told the people in this before, I said, I will start from here, where on Rufangalo left it, I will pick up from there to go forward. And like the school project in Gapley, I told the people, I said, the project started with on Rufangalo, and I came and made sure I got the money out. So all I want to say to these people, when they come on air, they want to say everything is better now. If they have met this country the way they met with CDC met it in 2018, will they be talking what they're talking today? No. Nobody will want to even hear about them or see them. The people can make the country better, and the country is hard this time. Even with the lawyers say, go to get money, not easy. Then you imagine if they are mad at the time, the CDC mad, it no, it will not be. The last time I listened to what my brother named, or my beginning or printers, and say the reason that the CDC official, the Unity Party official from Nima, they are mean. They're not mean, but you know what? They get them peanuts, the job they get them like peanuts. The real job that Lofian getting. So before the month end, their least salary gone. So the men in Lofa, the financial sector, the oil sector, the energy sector, they want it for everything for Lofa. Give it to them. Like they get the executive, then they turn around and get the financial sector. The energy sector, they give it to them. LTA, give it to them. All the money area went on outside. What did our brother then? What kind of job they get Nima, our brothers in from Nima? I was looking at Full FC, or my brother who always dressing, were in the CDC or the Unity Party, Rigero acting like him, Unity Party man, or what his name, or Bob Cato. I was checking our budget, 300,000. 300,000? It's a mockery. So imagine the place they're sending our brother then. Full assistance program that the place will send Nima man. Who made him to come to power? Not Nima. You look at them and say, even a president where I want you to send me to full assistance program, I say, Mr. President, thank you, but I resign from your government.
Thank you. Thank you. Veteran Marvelson, welcome to the show. If you have questions, you can ask 2. If you don't have, you can make your import in 3 minutes.
Yeah, thank you. I know DK told you to monitor the time, but you gotta give us some leverage.
What the hell you want to hear now?
The Union Party people didn't leverage. The UP people.
Councilor, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing good, brother.
You
Yeah,
know,
I'm feeling a bit bad. Yeah, be my team 2-0. I'm feeling bad, but let it be our team. Let it fire our coach. I mean, our coach. Let it be that.
first
With
and
two record.
foremost,
With two record.
first and foremost,
Yeah,
let me say thank you for your appearance today, and thank you for your consistency. I've always wanted to see a political playing field in Liberia that will have men like you who will stand for what they believe in, so that we can have a balanced political playing field when it comes to the debate. But the way it has been in Liberia over the years, where the party in power, obviously everyone gravitates to that party, I think is quite unfortunate. And as a result, you always find people vacillating between parties. No one knows exactly which party is their party. The winning party is obviously their party. And because of that, the political foundation of Liberia will remain as weak as it is. And there wouldn't be anything positive when it comes to governance deliverables, because people will just be following. And once you have people following, you know, for obvious reason, the only outcome will be praise-singing. Nobody will kind of x-ray the government based on principles and integrity. And it's a sad thing for the politics and governance of our country. There's this YouTuber from one of these Southern African countries. When she starts to give her narrative about Liberia, according to her, Liberia is this mother and leader of Africa. And because Liberia has slipped, Africa has slipped. And if Liberia does not regain herself, Africa will remain in the dungeons of history. And if you follow history, you get to side with her. Because Liberia was the lone strong voice of Africa that was championing independent struggle in Africa. But today, we have become zero, nowhere, and we are just like that. And it's sad. Now, you touched one issue about the budget, especially looking at Lofa Community College and Nima University. And you see the budget disparity. The framer of the budget there's no justification why Lofa should be, and the only reasonable justification would be because the president is from there. And those of us from Nima, if we speak, I mean, the little minds will think that, oh, you are against the vice president, or they made the vice president coming from Nima to be a kind of trophy that we have won, that we should be very content and should not make any argument, even if it is genuinely against us, that we should speak. And that's one area that can eat me to the bone. The other issue is, like Woody Soringa will say, the very youth whose future is being corrupted, they are the best praise singer. And people who will come with alternative voice based on genuine grounds are the ones society will categorize in a negative. Why? Because everybody wants to be seen as this partisan, as this loyally, as this supporter to someone. And it's sickening. When I read Chairman Pay's post, I felt sick because all of the things that he was saying, no cautions, are all in the right directions. Because quite yesterday, the Unity Party we fought for, it was a Unity Party with a purpose. The Boaka that we stood behind, that we queued behind, was a Boaka who was this nationalist figure, who was this elderly statesman, who has all the understanding of Liberia's problem that we thought could change or solve some of those problems. But to see today that this is this Boaka, I mean, quite frankly, the rescue struggle has been hijacked by political intruders, by greedy individuals who want to amass wealth at the detriment of our struggle. And I think it's about time, those of us who are truly partisans of the Unity Party, who have been there for the struggle, who understand the cause for which we fought, I think it is about time we start to speak out. Because the struggle has been taken over by greedy people. When you talk about the removal of women, that was not even where some of us realized that the fight against corruption, the fight against backwardness has been lost. When Boakai removed the public health guy, Dr. Chris Dubenya, that was the shift and the beginning that made some of us realize this is not the Boaka we fought for. This is not the Boaka we fought for. There's no player, no coach who will remove the best, the critical stage of a game, especially if this coach wants victory. So the governance of today, the Unity Party of today, is not the Unity Party that is moving towards victory, or that is aiming, or that even have the slightest insight or have victory inside. No. The struggle now is about certain people. It's about building wealth. I think some of the sad thing is maybe the First family have realized, okay, Joshua King build well for himself and his children. Ellen build well for himself and his children. Boaka is old. He might be called to go by any time. That is natural. I don't wish him negative, but any life that has passed 80, once you hit 70 and beyond, it's a blessing. So he's living now at the will and blessing of God. But his real biblical age, he's reached there. So Jojo then believed that it is now their time to amass wealth so that the life after their father can be the life of the Salif. And that's not what we fought for. A nonsense man, a Jojo who knows nothing, was doing nothing, is now riding over $100 and some more $1,000 car at the expense of our vote. And then Nima people want us to shut up because we have vice president. As far as I know, when we were speaking yesterday, the vice president was not a member of Unity Party. Now that he became a member of Unity Party, and to be a kingsman, I think it's a blessing. But that doesn't mean we should shut up. So like Wilmer was urging the members of Unity Party to forget about deception, to forget about title, and be very open and critique, because according to him, the enemy that will cause us our defeat is not opposition, it's the enemy from within. It's the intruders who have taken over our party and seeing it or using it as a platform to amass wealth. Those intruders have to be bucket, let them get out of our party. And they saw that Boaka can't do it, because I think now Liberia is being managed by maybe Jojo Steve Quia and the rest of the very intruders, because they were not Unity Party partisans.
Thank you.
Being a Boakas follower does not make them a Unity Party's partisan. And like you touched about the Minister Zuo interview, yes, I listened to it when you're talking about inclusive government. We now run inclusive government. Now, yes, I agree. If you look at the dictionary definition of inclusive, but like all other government in the past, George Weah was inclusive. Ellie was inclusive. There were people who come from different part of the divide, the political divide of our country, who are within those governments. But your definition of inclusive governance, of inclusive sympathy, to mean that all the financial position, all the positions that have wealth and income generating, capacity attached goes to one county, and we see that as being inclusive. Don't see anything inclusive about it. When finance, when LTA, when social security, when LRA, when central bank, and everything is just to one county. At least, George, we had the time which we argue so much, it was region. It was not a county. It was a region, where the Southeast is comprised of 6 different counties. If we can frown at 6 counties, what much more about 1? And why are we not speaking? And why are we this quiet? I think we have to look within, look at each and other in our faces, and tell each other the hard truth.
Thank
if
you.
we do that, and we are those very miscreants, we will create a condition that will deliver power to us in 2029 on a silver platter without fighting.
Thank you.
And I will close by saying, as President Kagame will say, instead of us going to G-Summit as African leaders, instead of us going to Washington or Beijing to sit and tell our problem to them, it is best African leaders, we look at each other in our faces and tell each other the truth. That will help us. So similarly, those of us who are Unity Party partisans, we should be able to look at each other and tell each other the truth. Well, for my people in Kwetu, why should they vote? At least Kwetu Health Center was on the budget. It has since lost. It has since lost. You can't find it. So why are our people voting? Why are they queuing to vote? Did we go to vote only because of the Nimage vice president? How does the one vice president office budget affect the entire lives of the people of the country? Why will you tell our university close for local community college to survive? Is that what we voted for? It's wrong.
Thank you.
Those intruders have to leave our party, and our chicken must crow. Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't
Thank
think Marcus, you make a very salient point, but from the opposition point, we want you to continue that path. Because we already know you guys are failing. So all we want from you people is that you continue to fail. Because tomorrow, we're not going to be quiet. We'll tell the people of Liberia, you think you're going to take our glory? We know where it's from. Here, the current stable. They want that one. They made you brother be LEC men, and the same men are controlling the CSG doing Joe Weta. And the way he was doing here, doing Joe Weta, made him to be LEC boss. Look, I mean, the fact there is, until our brothers in this government can realize that the people not treating us fair, they didn't serve at the problem because they should allow the children to talk. When the other person want to say, talk will fire your moving government. Let the people talk. Let me tell you one thing, yes, Senator Johnson. So now when he says something, we will get verbal. At least he said it will bring government to say the government will start doing something. Yes, you beat me. That's what I say that when I say my son. When the children cannot talk it, I will talk it. Even doing job, we have time. Every time. One time we had the issue with Senator Prince Topa issue. So he come in that morning and said, Garrison, I said, yeah, I'm talking on the matter, your talk. That your brother there. You don't talk. What they did to him, they will do your own. So we reached the capital, we went to restore office, we had a press conference, me and Timba. We blasted Madame Saliu. Good. King said, thank you. You're gonna be frisky sometime. Where we are, yeah, I was going. Look, I took the budget today, and then I will say John Brown from NEMA. Where institution? Look at it. The institution that NEMA may head and check their budget. Check their budget. I say the deputy, because deputy who all been head of institution. Deputy, they head. You get a lay controller, you get a procurement man, they running that whole place. You the deputy, they're saying down there. I don't put talk and say your little boys and know what they're passing through. What they get there? Nothing. So when we see them, we honor as one key on the show. I honor road man. I say, picking he did the thing. So in Nima, when one man in Lofa, he generated money, can pay. They want you can pay you for 5 months. You're boasting to be a government official. It's a problem. But like you said, Marvin, we're talking about the Southeast. He said, I myself criticized President. We are saying most of the job going there. But I was 6 counties. 6 counties. But Lofa, if not Lofa, then Gomi County. Because people now the president away from Gomi, so they take some people from Osatu, they put into Freeport. It's sad. Nima, look, vice president is not a string chief for our country. Moses Zebla was vice president. Enoch Douglas was vice president. In fact, at one point in time, Moses Blah was acting president of this country. So when you want to, all the people against it, look, hey man, for heaven's sake, I'm not against Congo. The VP, we all went to the legislature together. That even that blessing God gave. But me and opposition at all. When you come into your office, I can go there with talk, man to man, with talk fine. But the thing is that he will not change me from CDC at all. That's the only thing that difference are there. What I want from them to do is to do the real thing. The budget that went before them, because then they can't talk in the executive meeting, they say the revenue never saying, we the one adopted a revenue sharing formula. Say it passed September 2024. How much NEMA get in the budget? We talk about 200 million for, and you know the smart thing got from them deal with the budget. My person they took this our social development fund, the RA to work into NEMA. So when they add 7 million, you see NEMA money, say NEMA money up. So try the 7 million from there, nothing. Just to try the 7 million from NEMA money, absolutely nothing. But Primo, you didn't see now what the budget. All the private, those institutions in Bon County, they're sending money to them. You think, why you think Roger Dumakuna be Deputy Health Minister for Administration, but matter? A nurse, a better nurse could be a Deputy Minister for Administration. A veteran who got masters could not be deputy. So even at that point, when you nominated Roger and recall him, I said, but the boy are making mistake. The guy is a scholar. He could help the health sector because he's knowledgeable. No, they didn't want knowledgeable people. They want people who will be there. They say, you'll do it a day. There you go, so there you go, so there you go, so. So, like I said the last time, they should give us the chance to talk for themselves. They can't talk for themselves. But the issue of the code of conduct, we say, is already dead. They say when they pay me money, I will use it in NEMA to be giving the people for CDC people, then sending them to the hospital, pay insurance, school fee, so they might pay my money. Let them keep it. When President, we can't pay my money. I won't worry about it. But what I'm concerned, the code of conduct is already dead because they themselves will sort all of them out. The 10 new people, non-10 people, they were out yesterday. So that argument about the name of in violation is dead. where we are in Nimba, if we are not careful, we will be like Moses and will not see the promised land. Because we are so much occupied about the presidency. As to say, if we are not being vice president, then you will not be president too now. Let's be sincere. If we are not brought Senator Kun to be your running mate, you will not be near the presidency. Then president, we are still there. We're going to defeat you one round. Honestly, if you are not brought Senator Kun at the time to be your running mate, we will have defeated Unity Party head on. You know the sad thing, the vote in Lofa, CDC got 35,000 plus and Unity Party got 70,000 plus. So we divided the vote in Lofa by 50%. But what we getting? Nothing. Nothing. I was looking, when I say, I mean, go to my brother Kiko Yole budget. The entire budget around that place. That come a big mission, 400 some more thousand. Me, I took my time to go through the budget one by one. To all the places to get Nima people now, we're looking at a budget. But go to one local man budget, 5 million, 7 million, 10 million, 15 million, 20 million. They're keeping that Wologisi over there. They want to go touch Wologisi. But all that money, they just divide money and say, we're not bad people here, so. You're going to use your Wologisi small too now. So we also can benefit. Then you say you can give our 10% to all. I think the point on Koga made is serious. We all need to rally behind on Senator Koga that in the revenue sharing law have been adopted September 2024. 2025, that they gave Nima. What is in the budget that Metosi gave the government that 1 million? If that 1 million, you give Nima the 10%. But from my own calculation, what Metosi have given in the last budget is around close to 150 to 200 million. So Nima needs her 20 million. That one, we don't need them to can even face our rules. Anyway, they will kind of say they're taking glory because they use our money to face the superintendent compound. They say, oh, the rescue doing well. That rescue money, our Nima poor money is here, that rescue money. To Bela, they say that, oh, the superintendent doing well, rescue doing well. You see the play? That our money. Who passed the local government act? That CDC government. Have we not passed the local government act that gave exclusive authority to the local people? You will not see what is happening today. Have we not passed the Anti-Corruption Act that gave the LDCC direct prosecutorial authority? You think the people are going to be going to court? We took the pains. We took the bullet for them. The secretary didn't want that one money. You using Nima money? They say you using Nima money on Nima man. That money, that's why we say you use our money for our cleaning. They might be taking treatment, then they will be benefiting. Or so we didn't call, maybe I'm gonna leave the painting of the building and renovating John security places. Then they people get money, justice ministry get money, they go face that one. But when we sit here today, we get so many issues in Nima. And like Omafasin said, one of the issues, look at Nya. Then the very people, they know what they start posting Mafasin about Nya. They say Nya degree, Nya you get fake degree. That today Nya get fake degree and award-winning man. If I was CDC now value both people. So what would say about Unity Party? I mean, I say, it better be with my lady who can call me a brother and respect me. Then the people who will not respect me, but when I stand my ground, they say that man there, he not a fake degree again. Me, I want to come and degree figure out how I walk to go to school in time.
Thank you. Thank you, Council. we are a lot on the show, and everybody has to make that input. So I beg you, Council, you can just limit your answer a little bit, make it brief for us. My
So,
brother
like
Cyrus.
Marcusing, Nima unity is not always in our singleness. At no point, our founding father told us that we should single us in one party and be singular. What I do know, I grew up with my grandfather, our unity has been in our diversity. And the best we can do for ourselves is that those who are in the opposition respect us. Those of you people that in your unity party will respect you.
Sure.
Bullying us, saying all kind of things about us, and saying all kind of, because your legacy must say for another judgment, they will not change you. All the people jealous, they envy, they did this. Come on, GB, area business people can say, why the person can't go to GB so they play here? I don't even know my labor can tell me, say, people say, you don't go in there because I saw you in the party people can say, oh, because when we go there, you say, maybe if somebody offer you GB, they'll say, they gapping. And I can swallow the same GB to my hoy now. So, Cyrus.
Thank you so much, Council. Welcome to the show, my brother Cyrus Dankwa, the incoming graduates. I mean, Council, you coming here, one of your learner colleagues. You know,
the dance star, therefore the men say I keep in our phone. Come back, one dance star.
Okay, Cyrus, let's hear you. If you have questions, you can ask. If you don't have, input.
Good evening to Councillor Yellow and good evening to everybody on the panel. Veteran David, when you were talking about the hyenas that hijacked your rescue train, my blood was boiling in me because we encountered our same thing in the councillor camp. You see, veteran politics, the reason I'm slowing down politics, this game is not for sincere people. Power can blind people are. When Yellow was in the legislature, I have not seen a Nimba lawmaker who stood his ground for his people compared to him. But you know who then he had around? Is it power? When in power, you can see. He had David Mentor. He had a ferocious beast they call Kevin Yomin there around, misleading him, doing all sorts of things. The power slipped from his hands. In split second, David Mentor turned against him. Somebody he told his personal car and gave that. All of them turned against him bitterly. I will not ask any question. I just want to make this statement or council. So today you will see David Mentor and the other guys dancing, swallowing GB, ill discussing Koga, somebody that they were literally staying with. Ill discussing him to places they go. Because power, they are looking at the bigger picture now. Koga does not have the cash to give them. So when you have power, you can see. And some of us were around can recall many times approaching that the opportunity you're giving Kevin one, it will affect this thing. Look, I think when I see this is where people can say Sarah's rules, Sarah is this. I don't know how to pretend a man that Kelvin or man Yellow gave responsibility, more than 10 responsibilities to making money, doing this, doing outshining us, as though he's the only person who's out in class. Today, they are the ones saying the worst thing about him everywhere they go, only because they want to ingratiate themselves with power. That scenario in Nimba now that the guys are jealous of the VP, so that VP will be VP forever, he would not. I think it's temporary. In fact, one of the examples when I see Lorena there defending things, I can ask. I was not around during President Taylor time, but history made us to understand that Taylor had people that Lorena there behind him. They can't see anything wrong with leaders as long as their pocket is satisfied. And people like that. I told Yellow when he was to governance commission, when I got to Liberia, one of the first things I recommended to him, the people who supported you 2020, who stood by you in the absence of money, bring them on board. Bring them on board, empower them, so that tomorrow their family will be able to testify. People were there playing game. People were there hiding people documents and things, so young people can't get jobs. The very people when Yellow left GC, they are the very ones fighting. You see, it's even discouraging that a Malfossing David, an educator, will be on BKS as a panelist. There, Lorena, who is not even a passerby around United Party, will be, I know she's a spokesperson for United Party on this platform. It's discouraging. And that's the scenario in Nimba right now. Once you're hearing facing somebody more to say something, to praising people, to be, faking things. Every time you go, you sing praises and things. People always say that the person is technical, the person is this, the person is that. But it's just that the council is having internet problem. The coming election, from all indication, campaign has begun. The coming election, it will be very terrible in Nimba. And I want Yellow there to drag back from the thing to be making hero out of somebody. We are all Nibayan. We are all Liberians. What we are facing now in the country, it is not about professionalism. It's about who has power and who does not have power and who wants power. The United Party now is not a United Party early had. Today you see them operating like belligerents. They go attacking people. They even want people criticizing them. And our own Nimba brothers. One thing I observed yesterday. Did you ever see Yombly and Dillon when I think there yesterday? Yombly and Dillon Liberty Party have serious appointees in this government. Nobody ever saw them yesterday. Because look, I can be laughing when Nibayans are bluffing. At 12 years, at 24 years, the legacy will be 100 years. But why I can show people 2029 will come. There will be election. Somebody will win and there will be inauguration. But with all of the things that are happening, it should strengthen all of us to continue to engage our people. I told Koga this evening, I said nobody should pose fear in you. Nobody should make you look like you don't know what you're doing. Because the guys now, look, those guys making $500 to record themselves to, I don't know what kind of agency and thing. Most of these places they send it not even exist. I just things they created to take that noise from behind people. And because of mediocrity, because of complacency, they go all over the place. For me, I call them proposal government official because proposal is the cheapest thing like right now. Everybody got it fully. When they wear, they feel they only work. But this thing should not deter us from focusing on what we should do. It should unite us. It should unite us. It should make you, Koga, Edith, and the rest of the folks who supported we have to hold together to in fact to be mobilizing young people. You need to have your own media team to respond to somebody Googles. What's that? A country that educated people come from, for those semi-illiterate boys to be making themselves a hero. Nobody should respond to them. Nobody should say anything. It's actually getting to my nerves this time. I thought the conversation should be, Nimba, let's come together to produce president. But I didn't know if supporting WIA was a crime when somebody supported WIA just yesterday, and because of crookedness, they betrayed him. Because of desperation, they had to leave the scene WIA, and when we went there, then it became a crime. I can assist it. I don't think we should sit here to be living in fear. You live in your own place that you staying with people, you live in fear. We need to stand up to them. That's a comment I want to make, Junior. Thank you.
Excuse me, Junior. Please give me one. Excuse me, Junior, because the panelist used his time attacking me instead of addressing the situation. I need time to say something. The last time on the show, I said that
I think in all fairness, wait, your time will come. We took plenty on the show. Let's go around from there. Your time will come.
if we are not
When it
called to
allows
an
you your
end, I will
time,
not
you
say
can come in.
anything.
Shadrach, I beg you. Madam Lorena, let's give you 30 seconds and 30 seconds only. I
So
beg you.
I said the last time in this classroom, it is because of geographical constraint that a rat and a cat will sit in the same classroom. I've said it twice, and this is my third time. And when I say that, it means that ordinarily, if this if Sarahs have come on this show before me as a panelist, I wouldn't bother coming here. Before having started the BKS and the radio station, I want to do, he talked to, and there are long messages between him and myself and everything, and I agree to come on here. The reason is simple. Respect is a human right. You don't have to respect somebody because you people are related or because they are giving you anything. I don't look at green and say it's green. Martha Singh can decide to say whatever he wants to say, that his perspective. And Martha Singh was speaking from the point where DK asked a question about what he need so much and Chairman Pay. But I responded to Councillor Yedu from where he talked about. So how is it that our backing people because somebody pocket it, because my pocket. So if you don't have anything to say, or if you come on this show to look for a way to insult me like you did before, I beg you, when I say something, analyze a situation. When they're talking about people say people jealous, it started from you people. In 2023, as soon we post anything, say, oh, you're jealous because we are people work. So you are the one started this thing, people imitating you. If you follow all my messages on Facebook, if the government does wrong, I say it's wrong. The budget info, yeah, I'm the only person from Nima who has spoken about it, repeated it on my Facebook page. I don't let people but you understand? Because what as I said, a
Lorena,
professional person,
you've been
you
too
don't
harsh.
change your
Thank you.
answer because a government favors you. You stick to your answer because you're a politics person. And politics means your wife must be your wife no matter who is in charge. So don't call me say I'm bad boy because my pocket is filled. If you didn't follow the lecture when Councillor you spoke and when you came in when I was almost ending, so then you should go back and play the show and then you can make a statement. My person can say whatever you want to say. I don't care. But I'm saying what I saw and what I said is right. The budget has not started because the president has not appointed the local government fiscal board. Because you don't know the law. You shouldn't pay politics out of the law. So I say that I'm backing somebody. Because the local government are better than any of us on the show. Because he works there. He heard it. He know the president has not appointed that board. So
Chion,
how is
stop
it?
talking. Thank you. Control the time. 30
And
minutes,
don't
30 seconds.
ask questions.
Thank you so much. Councillor Yelu, over to you now, Chief. Councillor Yelu, are you there? Yeah, I think the council is having some network problem. But again, folks, if you're just joining us, you're listening to the Heat Tower program here on BKS TV. And tonight we are in conversation with Councillor Garrison Dode Yelu Jr. Now, before we go over to you, let me make this announcement. Tomorrow we'll be having Minister Depu Zuo as our guest on the show. And of course, we'll be discussing issues affecting Liberia. Council, welcome.
Yeah, thank you. I think I know that Lata is doing that. I'm facing some problem.
Okay.
I think you guys, the panelists, I'm told that this show is live all over Nima and people follow you a whole lot. So you guys got to be very careful on what you do because our people are out there listening to you and they are watching you. We think it's important that what we saying here, let's remove party issues from there. Like I was telling Lorena, the issue about the revenue sharing law is a separate law from the Local Government Act. And I don't think she had any issue with that. The revenue sharing law is different, and that formula, the only thing the UNDP came to do is to work on the formula, and we used MyGibe as a pilot project, and that project was successful. And then they adopted it. This government came to being. They adopted it September 2024. So there's no reason that this year NIMA did not get her share from that budget because if Metal Steel gave the revenue generated by Metal Steel to this government, if it is 150 million, then NIMA get $60 million, 15 million from them. And I still stand by that. The 10% is a law. And then the one with birth certificate and all other stuff, domestic stuff, it says 40% of it should be left in the county. But what we have to do in our country is that we should not allow the people do this to us. And mind you, if this mountain was in Lofa and you have the revenue sharing law, trust me, we're going to take that money and put it aside for Lofa County. Imagine if the Gafon can give Nima University 1.8 million and giving Lofa 2.2, between 2.3 million. It's troubling. How many students they get in Lofa? Well, there's so much I want to compare with Nima University. Even we should say to ease the situation today and decongest Monrovia, we should be even investing in improving the infrastructure at the Nima University, build it so that students, most of the Nima students that come to town, they will not want, because when you have those modern facilities in Nima, they will not want to come to town. But we still using the old Central Multilateral High School campus. We still using it because how much the money they put in our budget for the Nima University is nothing. It's peanut. You call the place Nima University, there's a charter, Nima University. But TU get, I think, 3 million, but Nima University get 1.some million. TU, if not 3, I think 3 or 4 or 5 million, something like that. Yes. We can't depend on donors to always help our people. We ourselves got to bring some money too now. And if we are honest to say we're serious about education, Nima should be one of the areas that we should look, because the number in Nima, you have the number there. Look at the university. You get Nima University over there. See the number of Nima University students that in Monrovia, AME Zion, AME University, Methodist, or University of Liberia. Just calculate the number, the enrollment from Nima. You will know. And today, they're making mockery out of us. I think it is important that we all come together on this issue and move partisanship from there. Because like I said the last time, they think they're giving the children, most of the boys in this government, nothing. Even I would lawyer say, if I practice and real go to court, and I say, okay, I will not do free work for people. Why I will get more than what those guys getting as senior government official as they claim to be, and they boasting about it. But one man from Lofa County at LTA, he making a generator can pay those guys in. I want my brother then 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Nobody talking about it. So when people come to me and say, oh, our brother in government, they not get job, they get job, they mean. I say, no, they not mean. I understand what they're going through. And we should put ourselves in their shoe. But they both try to fool us with the beating the fool. Oh, you get the vice president. Why would the people get the president? They get the whole financial sector now. And it's, Baka working government, I true that they say you get 40 years experience. So all of the area that get money that pay in terms of in there. Check it.
But chief people who in their government they making that money, they say they're making money, and you will say how people say they're making money. Tell the people they got making money. That was that. How you say they're making money?
So what we want to say to Nima people tonight is that I can say to you, when you condemn everything and you come to power, that the end result we're seeing, so you come to power at last. Yes, I supported United Party 2017 campaign for Ambassador Barker, and in fact, district number 4 was the only district that he tapped in the runoff. You saw the number there. We were clear with that, and we're not hiding. But I told people, I said, I supported him that time because he was much younger. But now he will not be. I never knew that. Even I was telling somebody that I said, if they owe me an even can in 2017, what we're experiencing now we're going to be more than what what is happening now. Because when you are elder, you're not looking for anything again. All you look for is legacy. We got to fix it and make it right. But you can't fix the thing right when you're fixing it right for your country and the rest of the 14 countries not fixing it right for them. But you were just yesterday condemning 6 to 7 countries getting all of the position. You were just yesterday. And when I went through the budget today, I felt so bad about NIMBA. We hear BK, most of the people that are following us today, they are from NIMBA, and we're talking NIMBA. I feel too sad for my country. I don't know, our lawmakers are not really analyzing the budget, they're not making the point. When you get Phoebe as a faith-based institution, getting huge amount, I think 1.2 million, but Therapy Comprehensive Health Center, they don't even get or close to 200,000. Complete, they don't get 75,000. Then it's something that we all need to worry about. But you also get the one that Peter Gueto Bay that helping the put in the bush over there.
Thank you, Council.
So these are serious issues that it's not about politics, right? If we come to talk about politics, we'll talk about, but the budget issues and the things that we saw in the budget, when you look at them, it goes deep down in your soul that the people are not treating us fair. And the unit, not because my brother shared with you here tonight. Anyway, congratulations on your wedding. I saw you in your suit. It looked so nice. And you must keep that thing good though. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Council. Now,
Yeah.
let's give you the opportunity. If you have questions, you can ask 2. If you don't have, you can make your input in 3 minutes.
Okay, so I want to say a very big thank you to our guests. And I can firstly say to you, frankly, that he's one of those from NIMBA that I hold a high esteem, especially within the confines of the CDC. Yesterday, I was worried because there were some fair weather politicians that were with us yesterday, stood for the right, and felt that the advocacy for George Weah were based on what they saw him doing for NIMBA, and which was so much true, and I saw them crossing over. So I was worried that Dodo would not be among the number. I was worried because I know that all those people crossing over, if you put every one of them together, they cannot make up to a single Dodo. So this morning when I received a call from him, Dodo, I must admit, when you called me this morning, that was one of the happiest calls. When you called me and told me, brother, we have to be focused. Because I was worried that you were not tempered with. So I want to say a very big thank you for being consistent, and at least with your hope and your strength, we all can move ahead. You know, something I wanted to say when my brother Mavasin was speaking, and I started to envisage the Unity Party, like there's a story in the Bible where the king was faced with a situation that the two ladies took the baby to him. And one of them said, this baby is mine. And the other one said, this baby is mine. They said, but then what would you let us divide the baby into 2? And the one that really carried the pain for the baby said, no. Have the child, raise the child, and let the child live. And so this is the scenario. People like Mavasing that question what the Unity Party is living on today. It burns within them when they see the ideology they think, and they believe that the Unity Party should be portraying is not going their way. And then other people who are not within the confines of the Unity Party, like my sister Lorena, she says she's sympathizer, but she's always had financial committees. Every program they having, she's on the financial pool. Okay, so these are people that would not really focus on the developmental aspect, on the good of the country when it comes to benefit. Like I always said, my advocacy is not ready for me. When I first went on certain show, I told them that if Unity Party performed well in NIMA than the CDC, I will support Unity Party 2029. Instead of having NIMA for WIA 2029, I will have BOACA for NIMA or NIMA for BOACA 2029. Because this is a WIA that took over. In less than 2 years, you found out that in 2 years' time, there were COVID. But Ganto had an administrative building. We and Doru had a hospital. Babli had a modern bridge. You can boast of the dam that has been built in Bedi. The road from Ganto to Lugatu was constructed. The road from Ganto to Saklepe was constructed. There were free education around Nimba. I can name the rest. And the Unity Party that we overwhelmingly voted for is not doing anything. Using our social development fund to pin buildings, develop NIMA. Yes, we are not against it. But what are the dividend NIMA deserves from this central funding? Today, a stadium that costs over 7.8 million is being constructed in Vanjama. A presidential villa that costs over 10 million is being constructed in Lofa. Brand new roads, bridges, schools, central bank, LRA, Ministry of Internal Affairs, immigration. 75% of the meat in this government goes to Lofa. When NIMA that contributed over 85% is this money benefiting. And we keep saying vice president, vice president. The vice presidency is a nominal position. It's a nominal position. None of us is against VP Kun, but we hope that NIMA will benefit. So, Dodo, I want to say thank you to my brother Siawete. Congratulations. And I hope that Dodo will all amalgamate forces. What we started 2018 and pause on the 2023, for which our brothers are struggling with. 2029, God will bless us that our people will feel the better weight of governance. Thank you.
Thank you. Council, if you are there, if you want to make an input to that.
Okay, thank you. You know, a few things yesterday en route to the opening funeral P. Mame, so rest in peace. I was going with Anthony Kuyongba, and then he said, but this is the same time, the same place I left the road in 2023, and nothing have happened. That road is completely abandoned by now. Nothing. That's what look there. It's happening on that road. The same place CDC left it up to now, it stay there. I know they're waiting for election to come before they put something there. The relocation of the GW Harley Hospital, we did not hear anything about it. The Campley Market relocation project, everything is at the same, still no funding, nothing. The Ban High School, the completion, because you know that Ban High School, they wanted to put, President, we wanted to put dormitory for the teachers, wanted to put modern sound lab and all those things and over there. They took over. All those things are not happening.
Wow. The council is experiencing a network problem, but once he come back, Siawete will ask his question, then we take leave of him and stay for the post analysis. Again, folks, welcome to the show. Tonight we're having Councillor Garrison Dode Yelu Jr. Councillor Yelu is the former representative of Electoral District 4 Nima County. He's in the back. Let's try to bring him on.
So
Welcome back.
if we make the vice president to be the big thing, when we get the vice president, how about the people who get the president, they're taking off? Like the story we used to hear when was small, he said the man went to a hunt and kill elephant, then the grasshopper on the ground in one off. Yeah. When you see the lip opossum, you want the opossum, you want ground, you want jaguar, you want everything. So if they're talking about Nima get vice presidency, how about Lofala get the presidency and they get off? Today, the woman that to UL, she dead, not because of anything, because of her husband from Lofa County. You just name it. Help me, the woman from at health ministry, she dead because of her husband from Lofa County. She got Lofa connection. And at the place they say now what the budget. But we're talking about code of conduct, we're talking about this. But you know, we in Nima, we are so good to go against each other. And the way we do our politics, maybe it's what destroying us, and people are laughing at us. Look, we have to diversify. Currently in the CDC, the national chairman of CDC is from Lofa County. The Secretary General of CDC is also from Lofa County. You don't hear them killing each other, going, cursing each other, doing their one. No. If CDC comes to power tomorrow, Lofa is in charge. But those who are in the opposition, when they see us, in fact, some of our brothers, to even come to our house, they get afraid. People, you know, one can't visit you, but we can't tell the poor year that will to your house, they will fire us. Can you imagine that? So I tell you, you'll be on your side there. You don't force to come to my house. The people who want to come to my house, they will come. It's the country that we're building. It was not the country that we built yesterday. Now you want to speak. The only opportunity we get to speak on serious issue is the BKS. When you call on radio, can they say, tell all what you want to say first. Community radio, they say, tell all what you want to say first. Because everybody is afraid of the VP. This is the only platform we get now. We can come to. But man, you will get a surprise. We will bring our own radio station in Nima, and our people will say, hear the truth. Even you want to hide the truth will come out. When no radio station will go live on Facebook, thing or on radio where they get there, we're all over now. People will hear all and say, oh, Garrison, you're doing live. You know how many people want to follow me? They will follow it. I will explain. We'll take our time. We're just waiting for the budget to be passed. Then we'll analyze the budget to our people. But all we can tell Nima people, gentlemen, we're not doing well. We're not playing against smart. We are not playing against smart. We're fighting each other for no reason. Everybody will not be with VP Kun. We're not hating, but just that we're not fighting the same party. That's all. The way he sees things is different from the way I see it. I don't hate him. He's my brother. His grandmother is from Capley. But when it comes to political issues, that's a different thing. We see it differently. So for me, our brothers who went home back from Unity Party, we should not vilify them. It is their right. They're at home. Just as some of us came back home in the CDC, it's the same thing. And there's nothing about, I keep praying to God. There's nothing that will take me from where I am. Because the relationship I have with President Weah is so unique. All people asking me, why am I President Weah is traveling? You and he don't travel together. I say, because I've been so busy. If I wanted to travel with President Weah, I would travel him 2-3 times. He always asked me. But to travel and leave my children and be going coming, however it is. So I want to be, I ain't even there playing business too much. But the opportunity is always there for me to travel with him. He always asks me. But Nima, some of us here in our own private life, we help people. When it's NEMA issue, we talk about it. If we don't put our ideas together and have a different thought for politics, people will always use, so at the end result, we benefit nothing. So we should stop fighting each other because other people went back yesterday. They went back because they're home. I came back to CDC because CDC was my home, and that way I found comfort, and that's why I'm there. Tomorrow, if we come to power in 2029, in 2030, January, young people that get masters, you guys should be fighting for them to be ministers, deputy ministers. I should get my list to be carried to President Where and say, these are the lists. This is my list, Mr. President. We promise the people. Let me tell you, they're going election. I already have my list that I will clear with. And when we met in Campley and in Bine and in Downtown in State Garrison, I give you my word. If we are successful, trust me, we will make sure we have these things done. And for me, there are people who I implore. I never knew them, but because they were qualified, they were from NIMBA, I gave them job. I never met them before. So when it comes to my NIMBA business, even I see you in your code, you say NIMBA County, I can lobby here. People who know me will tell you. So let us fight. Our fight in the opposition is to give you more chance to destroy yourself more and more. Not that we are cataloging, we're doing everything, we're writing it down small. We'll get ready for you. It will not be easy. We'll put them out. We'll start listening to the people of Liberia. Because you'll say you're saint, S-A-R-N-T, you're saints. We are the demons. But the sin now, the thing you're doing is more than the demons now.
Thank you. Thank you, Council. Sewete, you can ask your question if you have. If you don't have a question, you can make your input there, and we take leave of our guest.
I beg you, Jim, I want to say something shortly to what Councilor just said. Sewete will come in shortly. The first thing I want to say about Honorable Duna, Honorable Zatawan, those people fundamentally they are Unity Party people. And I did not see them join the CDC to even talk about coming home. The Unity Party has always been their home, and it's just that they supported President Weah based on fundamental policy issues, which is normal with politics all around the world, but they did not officially join CDC. So when I talk about people who vaccinating around, they are not part of the category of people, because it's clear I can sit down as a member of this party and support this government based on policy issue. So they were being nationalistic. They saw a policy different yesterday, and they seen something better, and they still remain on course as partisan of the Unity Party. Thank you.
My person, what kind of clarity is that? That they seem fascinating. They are not very stable in all their way. What are you afraid of? What kind of clarity is that? Clarity, go ahead. People that are clarity there.
No, I'm not afraid. Thank you.
Thank you, D. Council.
Yes, I did.
Good evening, Chief. Good evening to.
You want to comment on the wedding thing the council talk about?
This Lorena, don't distract me. I'll not get distracted. I give you challenge. I give you challenge this few days. So we're not even discussing it. Actually, say, well, you're not teaching anything. You'll see. Yeah. So I mean, it's a pleasure to be back. It's a pleasure to be back, and I'm happy to see the council on the show. And good evening to Sis Lorena, Saros, and Big Brother Marvelson, and the host. You spoke on a lot of things that, in all fairness, that's why some of us, we are told people. For me, I think we need to, after the Southeasterner somebody background, I don't know. The Southeasterner, I may not want to be a little, regional or sentimental, but from what I've seen, even where I work, from what I've seen to the national politics and seeing Liberia and imbalance as to how we are moving, I think we need to slow down a little. Like I said on the show the last time, even when I was still in Liberia, in some of this conversation, because the political space is just sometimes when God bless you, you get into the space, is there to create opportunity for others. It's not meant to demonize other people because they are in the other side. My best friend Nima today, one of them is Saint Takwa. When I come from work, the first place I stop, that same era. All of those Nima guys will to their place. That's about Nimba that we need to, indoctrinate, or we need to study that culture or be part of us. When it comes to the Nima issue, that's one where people will be on the other side. Because today you see somebody that Thomas Fala is now singing praises. He's not doing everything to appease the presidency because this man is from Lofa. When I say this, I also say this to say we Nimbayans also need to help, to promote each other regardless of the coins you are on. And the greater responsibility too is also with stakeholders who are also outside the fence to also support the one who is also in the driving seat. When the council was talking about the budget, he raised some point that is very key. But I also want to bring him to the benefit of the national budget as it relates to previous budget. And I think around 2022, when the council appeared either on Radio Can or Radio either Kekema or VOG, he outlined where the CDC government, had lapses. And I think there are recordings to that. And today, I think I tried uploading it in the platform, but it kept reading. I don't know why. And if that video or that recording were being played, would have been very better, because all of what he criticized about the CDC at the time, today the United Party is facing most of them. Like the national budget, the current allotment is 1.17 million. And in previous years, we also saw that the supply of medication in most of the hospitals were lacking. Today, the administrator and the CHO and other places from those hospitals, they are reporting that the supply of medical equipment and medicine are everywhere. Improve maternal and medical medical supply team, is on a decrease now in terms of maternal death, and maternal health is now increasing. So maternal death has decreased. I don't know why the health people will say. So people, there are a lot of things this government is actually doing, like the budget in the national budget. As of 2025 in the budget, you go there. I may not be too exact, but from 124 million now, it has been increased to 132 million. So the disparity you see from last year to this year, the variance there, you see that there are improvement in the budget. And how will this improve? So now the government is also now putting strategy about even school feeding, vocational, increasing vocational and technical training across the country. Before the government used to depend on WFP, but now the government got literally our own WFP now, where there will be school feeding. And mind you, another one is coming. They are also increasing that, where through the education ministry, school feeding, and then you go to agriculture. On the agriculture, where you find where they will also have like a full STEM. So there are a lot of improvement. I know today, Honorable, you benefiting too from the electricity aspect. I don't know whether it's also from the CDC, but those are all things that are happening on this government. Sometimes I know the politics will play, but when we come, they also acknowledge what the government is doing. Today, the most talk about our past. If the CDC, quote unquote, initiated it, what led them to not do? They could not do it. Today, this government is constructing the overpass. Today, electricity, few years ago, where we said electricity was one of the challenges. It will come by 6 o'clock, it go, and it will come later on 6. So there are a lot of improvement. Rural renewable. There are the solar panel and everything that is being constructed in some of these countries to provide minimum current to these places. So, I mean, like the Banha project started around 2022. This government is going to 2 years. How does Banha project become the only project in Nima that should be outlined in this government? They started a government is continuity. So from where this government started, the previous government stopped, the current government will stop. So to conclude, I agree with you in some of those your analysis, but when it comes to the national budget is hugely affecting the common people because health, education, those are key areas that will affect the government. So I mean, like you said rightly, people who went home, people went home. I know DK stress on it because once you left and you coming back, you are also coming home. That's the home. Like Yoru said, he left and he went home. So everybody, crossing and going, coming. That's politics. You lay where your interest is. And for me, I support him for him being on the CDC. And because we need diverse view, that's why on this show we consider everyone for the idea, but at least when it comes to the budget and whatsoever, let's try to also look at the policy that is being guided with the budget too as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Council, before you come in, we'll go for this break, then we come to you to respond to Siawete, and then you give us your parting comment. They're throwing too much talk in a song. So, Council, I hope you don't throw in talk to behind a singer. But anyways, welcome back. Let's hear your response to Siawete and your party comment. I think I have to unmute you here. Okay, go ahead.
When you go to church late, sometimes you don't raise song because maybe someone have sung Jesus, my only friend already. But we already gave you the background. All the things you're talking about, you're doing what I think that we started with the foundation. You're talking about electricity. In 2023, I enjoyed the same career I'm enjoying here. And we were on who administration president we are. When your Unity Party left power, we never had current in Duazon. Today, I'm riding on no traffic from Duazon straight to town. It's because of George. We are innovation. It's government. Today, you talk about all of the games you're talking about. These are all foundation laid by the CDC. And today, you are only a beneficiary of the foundation. So your file bay horses and left it for you, and you can't enjoy yourself. They have to come up and looking in the town. That's all. What you have started on your own. What your own innovation. What your own thing. You talk about the budget. You talk about the budget. See what there? I wish you were in the village now and see how much our people paying in the clinics. They are literally buying drugs, medicine. That's more opposition or you're the government there. Go there, go in the hospital. They are buying drugs. Just last week, we sent someone to the hospital in Campley. Almost close to 30, some more thousand we spend there. You will give you the list of medicine, you got to go buy all. They are buying drugs. Nothing, no impact, nothing has changed. Absolutely. Your kind of talking fine, but the real thing on ground is not happening. Go to Bioyola clinic. The people not even find jobs. So how you say maternity something have dropped? It dropped because we get good rule. Today, quota is from or Campley all the way to Ganta. President, we are giving money that can go pick up from Bioyola and bring it to Ganta. So how you expect people with that? So we solve most of the problem. Since President, we are giving that money to me, we carry back. Since you put him to power 2 years, you 10 years now, what people have brought for our people? Nothing. Today, your own bank get boss. The screens get boss, they carry for game. Unity Party said that we borrow. It was through our innovation we asked for it was given. That one was a private thing. But I'm just saying to you on the serious policy issue. When CDC took over the first year, the first 2 years, only left Liberia. So when they were trying to build on that, COVID came. And when COVID left, when they start to settle things again, then we got in election. So you see the dilemma? Your government should be the government with no problem because you not get any pandemic that's giving you heart and no condition. So you bear all the situation for you. They bear everything, all the pain they went through for you. So now you came on a silver platter, you enjoying everything because two of them lay a very good foundation at finance. All of the policies that two of them lay at finance, since your government went there, your people have not changed one. You say harmonization was a bad policy, you people have not changed it. You people have not changed it. Putting people on payroll, yes, CDC were putting people on payroll annually. But go in your government, see the money that you're using for gasoline to give to minister and your director and this and that. It was not happening on the CDC. That money was going to health. Like the hospital that you see around your boasting of. The overpass bridge you're talking about, it was standby. It was something they signed. It was not given. It was not because of you a king. Madam said they negotiated for it. President Weah went there and sealed the negotiation. And he said, after the pandemic, right away the election came. You think any investor will be coming to Kando, bring their money in your country when you get election, they will sit down and see how the election will go. Election is bullet on national security. So you won. You are benefiting from it. It should not be something you boast of. The Western Corridor is not be something you should boast of. They are all things that will work on. All of the rules you're talking about, they are all things that we put together. You are benefiting from it. You got no new idea you are brought on the table. No new idea. Everything is copy for us. So all we are saying to you guys, you keep building the mansion, you keep doing everything. Yeah, the good thing is that everything you condemned yesterday, you're doing it more than 50 times. You say code of conduct, you're going after us, you're doing it more than 50 times. You don't even wait for election yet. You got to go now and start destroying the code of conduct now. The budget issue you raising, okay, let's leave the national budget. How about 18% that from the revenue sharing law that Orokoka talking about? So that one too, we should not talk about it too. How much did we get last year? I think that 220 million. So why you can't get Nima or 22 million for that money? Why you can't give it to Nima? Why you keeping Nima money for? So these are issues that concern us as Nimarians. Because you want to live for already distributing using our money to face distributing compound, even though money should be in the central government budget for that, because if the president goes and that the place you will sleep. for the using the money. That money she's using to face joint security, build joint security place, and do the one. That money should be used for the clinic, for the schools, for helping children who cannot afford to go to school, and helping the pregnant women. But now we have left everything. We got to do it so that the Unity Party can be seen that you're working. You're not working for us. You can be using our money on ourselves, then you say you're working for us. The last thing you talk about, the electricity, yes. Like I said today, when we took over, we were running the wires. We were building the substations. When we completed building the substations in the May 2023. In May 2023, let's start us there. You were in Liberia here to the house here. We never went out of current. We had stable current. I think nobody in Douala will tell you say by May, June, July, August, September, we ever went out of current. No. The station is here, is built. The renewable energy, who reinforced it? The corruption, fire fighting corruption, who gave the LDCC the power to go on after people? It was CDC. Nothing new you have brought on the table. So you are just copying from us, but you don't want to give us glory. We know, yes, you hate us so much to the extent that you will close the VIP launch from the former president. But when the Big Brother Naija started, then kind of got to use it. Start for Liberia. Big Brother Naija, an immoral thing that people to do. When they can, you say you go there. But your former president can't use it. You say that common citizen. Your former president are common citizen. We all know in our laws, they get the presidential laws and they get the VIP laws. You will not allow him. You hate this man so much to the extent your president, you have to ask him a question. You say, you don't know what we're doing behind the scene. If you are making effort for reconciliation behind the scene and it's not working, you make it public. What are the effort he is making? One day the man birthday can on he as a former vice president then, his birthday will go on executive national website. They will wish him happy birthday. Now former president, have you ever wish him happy birthday on the executive national website? You able to try it? They will fire you that same day. You dare put Joy Weani on your executive national website, they will fire you that same day. Because you people hate us to tell you the truth. But President Weah is a Christian and he was born in October. He's a forgiving person. When we come to power, we will not rule like you people. Name one, I say your Unity Party Alliance, your form. Name one opposition person. I some of the 17 or 18 political parties that want together to form the Unity Party Alliance. Name one person from the opposition belt that I'm part of that alliance that in your government. But in CDC government, I can name over 10 to you. Oppositions, they were in CDC government. Opposition were in Manasseh government. This is the only government that voted out all of the opposition and they took all for themselves. But when we come back, we're not going to fire. We allow you people to come and have jobs because you people are Liberians. You people are technicians. You're qualified Liberians. We'll give you that opportunity. But this government, look, what you saw yesterday, it's a wake-up call to you. But the bad thing about your administration, there is no May 10 election to test your popularity. So you will be complacent and you will keep lying to the president that all is well. Next year budget will not even be 1 billion. When you take all the metal cities from that, I challenge you, it will not be 1 billion. And the bonus, the senator, you put everything there. Because the reason you carry the budget of 1.2, you boasting of, as I listen to Big Brother Zotan or the who's you're talking about, it was not because you want to carry that budget up, you want to tie the lawmaker hand. And the only way you could tie their hand is to put the signature fee in the budget. But technically, if you take all the other money, then you put there for bonuses. When you take it from there, the budget is still 800,000. Technically, the budget is 800,000. So when you're boasting about 1.2 billion budget, you're deceiving the Liberian people. How can you take our signature bonus and put it in national budget to be your revenue? Then we say bring your say that revenue, you take out 10% for NIMA, you say no. So all I want to say to you, even if they give you next year, you will still fail. Because you, like Mafosin said, you people have been attacked within, they have been attacked within an attack. You got two unity parties. The real unity partisans who have the agenda, they are there, and the ones who came because they say it's our time, they are there.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Council.
So, Mr. Host, it's good when we have in this program. I'm told it's always covered in NIMA, so that way you see we focus more in NIMA. And we are always available whenever you need us. We are always available. But the fact is that before I take leave for you, because I know Sherry will be talking in my absence, your government already feel the Liberian people. Giving people $20 to go wear t-shirts that people are saying, me them are not money, my brothers are my go. Forcing civil servants to go to your program. If you don't go, we'll fire you. We get our own people then out and they'll say, we'll go because we'll not go, they'll fire already and not easy. Forcing them to go does not show your strength. Your strength is shown in the daily life of the people. When Snow says the bread and butter issue is not addressed, you'll get vexed. No country in the world that you say you base skyscraper, you forget about the bread and butter issue when people are hungry. The great United States, they don't play with the bread and butter issue. Now, even during the COVID time, there were people who were home, they were giving them check.
Thank you. Council, before you go, someone sent me this question, and the person is listening to you via a voice of Tabata, and I want you to answer this. He said, why is it that you think that community radio stations in Nima are not affording opposition the opportunity to appear and discuss some issues relating to Nima County? Like you said, an example was County. Before you appear, they will ask you, what do you want to say? What do you think is behind this, and how can we resolve that?
Well, man, I think that the vice president is intimidating everybody in the country, and they are making everybody to be scared. So people talk to her in confidence, from Tapeta radio station, Zoge, or anywhere people are afraid. Because, you know, and there is not a trait of Nimba people. Because you there, you say, nobody should talk. And how will we educate our people? How will we inform our people? When you want to call to the other community radio station and say, we scared, because you're trying, the government will get very all. Then if our president Kun say the president will get very with me, so someone for the president will get very with our president Kun, that all. But mind you, when radio Tapeta had problem, it was me on Rewarded say what doing that I went to President we had to bring it back up. When radio Zoge had problem, we went to him. And I can say to you, there is nobody who is the biggest donor for Radio Car more than me. But people scared. And I don't blame these people. I don't blame them. People know the perception of a government, the way our people see government is so big. So people are afraid. So if I want to go to Tapeta 9 and say, me go discuss about this budget, how Jasmine Fair the budget can increase, but the other country, the local, all the other small clinics, their budget going up, they will say no. Because you're talking bad about the government. But the budget in itself When they pass the budget, all we can sit down and discuss the pass, they want the pass. But the last thing I want to talk about, you see what the Lufia are doing smartly? They took out all the SOEs. When they call them and say they not need this yet thing, we're not contributing with this and that. All of them giving the same excuse. People will not contribute anything better. LPRC will not contribute anything better. NAFA, all of them. Or LTA, all of them get problem. You know what they're doing that? And you know who they're heading those institutions. You know, somebody, my brother say within the party is a party of wonder. They have not bought the party headquarters, but they are in actual possession of the party headquarters. You know what I'm saying? They not buy you. You don't blindfold us. You know you already.
With that relationship with the McLeans.
Oh man, you have relationship with the McLeans, they invited you from there. If you have relationship, they won't have invited you from there. You got no relationship, you pay cash down. You pay them cash down. And the people invited you to from the place, then you say you get a relationship with them. If you get a relationship with the McLeans, you have not been invited from there, you are being there. You are in actual possession, it means you are feeling buying that place. You bought that place. Mind you, when we say your mango, you will see the party headquarters we're building. It will be 10 times better than what you get today. You will see what we're building.
Chief, I mean, take you to
10 times better than what you're building.
Chief, I want
So
to
you know me, but I can say to you. You got another question?
Call Memper, the way she makes applying our form under our law, makes appropriation is a crime. Is it possible that civil society organization can take court to account for some of the money she's misusing? Is it possible? Does the lawyer pass on the social development fund? The law provides for that when the fund is misapplied.
You know that it's not any public money when it's misapplied, you can be accountable. You can be held accountable for it. But I think Onrokuka took the step there and wrote the GAC to do audit. And then you got two types of audit that should be done. First, they got to do system audit, and then they do the forensic audit. And what is happening with the county council? I think I saw one something in the paper that now what making some of the lawmakers saying that you amend it because of the way the local government act is passed and the way the new county council is set up. They are taking advantage of the people on the county council. And they go, they say, you know, they want for the people. And I agree that, hey, why would we be using our money to be building police stations? Then I mean, like, brother, be a federal state where we get our own money and just give portion to national government. Because this is very surprising. Most of the things that they are doing with the money now in NEMA, they are all project earmarked under the national budget that should be handled. And if there is no money on line item for it, they should go in the PSRP, Public Sector Investment Fund. They get money staying down there. They should go there and take money from there to use it for those projects. Now they put that huge sum, around 200 million, 300 million staying down there. So when we have this kind of problem, they should go there and take money to use it. But they are using NEMA money now to renovate, security compound, internal affairs not doing it, and NEMA doing it. What are you doing it for? For Ministry of Internal Affairs. That property not for NEMA. That property not for NEMA. Some of the clinics that you see, it was in the villages that people using today, it was built by the people themselves there. The only thing they need from government to send doctors or nurses to send medicine there, that what they fail to do. If Secretary is coming on this show to tell us or things are better when our people paying more money, then I don't know where is it better. Because even what they are paying now for surgery, at the very comprehensive health center is because giving a low budget. If you get $1 million out of Camp Health Center, then you will know that you're really serious for health. That one, it will be free. $1 million to operate in here, they will buy everything you need. You get $1 million to second PA. You look at Oganta United Methodist, you get them money. Jackson Fair to increase them to 12 million. Then we'll know you're serious. Put money to the clinics. You think when I was fighting to put Vangley, to put Gapley, to put Wavon in the budget, and the following year, if I won that election, I was thinking about Bioyola, thinking about Gapley, and thinking about Wayplay to go in the budget. Because I was using my influence as finance minister to make sure we get these things in the budget. It can be difficult. It's today because you get money in the budget, but from where now is relocating. Gapley is building a health center. Vangley build a maternity waiting home, more than one. It's because we put money in the budget for them. And that was the intent that I have to put the money in the budget. We wanted to do it with Wayplay, with Quapley, Bioyola, and all over the district to do major facilities. The people put nothing there for health. The only thing they get over that, look, Unity Party people, they are noted for lying. And the only problem they get now is the Wallace woman that was using the lie. He's now with them and he's seeing what they're doing. So he's saying the truth out and making them vet, and they're trying to bully him out. But if you say people who can lie in the country like Unity Party, they get 3 more in line. They are pathological liars. They can talk truth. If you think they talk 100 things, now look inside. Go now. When Brother said the clinics are better, or people or getting jobs, everything is affordable. You take your time now and go to the various clinic. I don't know which of the clinic in Nema you're talking about. If you just open the line and tell the person your call, nobody will call and tell you say or they're going to clinic, they're not buying medicine. They're giving them papers, they're going to buy their own medicine. It's sad. You don't rescue that. You don't rescue that. Rule of law, you fail to rescue. You when they brought your scorecard, the simple thing when you pass in, the serious matter thing, you're not passing anything. The bread and butter issue, you fail all. Employment, you fail. The 1 year, you fail. Improving the people living condition, you fail. And you celebrating. It's just like you going to for wax, you fail math, you fail English. But then you pass civics, you pass literature, composition. I think that's what you're talking about. But the real bread and butter issue, look at the scorecard. Jeremy, I see you. It's late. I have to rest because tomorrow we'll start our thing. So another time, I'm listening to say everything when you talk about me, talking for yourself now. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. So the council in with CWT, the council number of CWT will say anything bad behind him. But let's start with you, Veteran Matheson. What's your take on the show tonight in 3 minutes each person? After you, we go to my brother Cyrus Dankwan, CWT, and Emmanuel Lorena.
Well, thank you. As always, it's a good show. And Garrison is one person that will speak straight face, and it's one thing that I admired about him. And I think we've reached a point where we should try to put country above self, especially if we want Liberia to be where we want it to be. The country is fast approaching 200 years. And when you look at infrastructure, it's sad for Liberians politicians to still be arguing role as a policy issue to sway voters' attention talking about clinics, hospitals. I really feel bad, you know, when individual actors in government are richer, far more richer than even the government they serve. Those things are all red flag that Liberians should stand together. The only sad thing is the poverty has made our level of understanding, to be influenced by our state of existence, and no one wants to call spade a spade because you can't talk. You depend on the same system to provide you survival opportunities, and as a result, we always, have to sing praises. No matter who you are, your dignity has to be buried, has to be sold for you to be given, opportunity to be included, even though that's the country of your own. So, but I always reference, or I will for today's discussion reference Chairman Spee uh, homecoming day message. I think it was to the point, and that caution to us as member of the ruling establishment, I think it was in the right direction. And I too believe his caution, because when you analyze companies that are operating in Liberia, you look at Beer Mountain, for example. For the time they took over to do gold mining operation in Liberia, you look at their sale history. Coming from someone who was former mines and energy minister, you look at their sale history, it's $1 billion. The length of time Mattel has still in Liberia, the number of tons of dry ore that they have taken from our soil, times it by the $104 and change, you're talking about well over $1 trillion transaction. All of these importing minerals that Liberia was endowed with by God to be a blessing to us, it can be a blessing to few people, and the rest of the country rot. Now we're fighting to even promulgate $1.2 billion budget, but just one company has generated a profit well over $1 billion within a shorter space of time. So we need now to X-ray our decision-making abilities. We need now to look at people, value, track records, know substance before we elect people to, leadership position. Because if we continue to trade on the path, we will always have the same issue. Because the guys who have come to fill their belly, they all really know that they can't do a very important thing, because they have to keep the very important things to be the promise to the people during election. But nobody will want to face role. And looking at Liberia, quite a small little country. Since I came here for the last 5 years, I stayed in the state I'm in. The developmental undertaking is well over the 200 or almost 200 years that Liberia has lived for. And it's shameful. It's shameful. Sadly, the very young people whose futures being stolen are the ones who are looking for all the justification to support the system. Even those of them who had the opportunity to even be in some of the most developed countries, and they are seeing things from a real standpoint. They are seeing what sustaining governance look like. They still want to sidetrack, backtrack, because nobody want to lose sight of certain relationship or certain connection and stuff like that. But any connection that is to the detriment of the people, I think it is our fundamental and primary responsibility to beat that connection to hell, because Liberia must survive. Liberia must survive. There should be no way that a young person who got similar education like you, lives in the country but have to reach out to you for $50 to survive. Meanwhile, that same individual stands online, goes through the tedious process to derive the government that will look out for his or her interest. And it's getting worse by the day. And it should be a wake-up call This homecoming should be a wake-up call to us because our sheikh has been hijacked, our rescue train has been taken over by bandits and is being misdirected, is heading towards an unknown location, and that rescue train has to be rescued, or it must be rescued. Because those who have taken over the train, they were not a part of us rescue us. They do not know our agenda and have no vision of what the rescue was all about. And so they've taken over the rescue train and they are taking it to an unknown destination.
Thank you.
It is now our call. It is now our responsibility to rescue that train. Otherwise, they will make 2029 difficult for us. That's all I can say.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Cyrus. Cyrus, I beg you, let's hold you there shortly. Let bring in here with you. I beg you, Chief.
No, my battery running low, brother. It's running low. I guess 7% right now. I hear something sure I want to say. See what they at UP, man. It get sleepy, let them sleep here, my brother.
Okay,
Thank
go
you,
ahead.
Veteran David. Thank you. All of us owe Liberia an apology. All of us on the show, including you, Veteran David, all of us owe Liberia an apology. To even support VP Kun sat against Councillor Gonglo, like you said the last time, it's disappointing because you know the both of them track record. You know that Councillor Gonglo and Kun are not in the same league when it comes to integrity, issue of integrity. And we want better Liberia. I think all of us should begin to do away with whatever connection to put Liberia first by supporting the right people. You know, I see a lot of Nimbaye would justify their support to UP and they will tie it to Kun, but then they knew that Councillor Gonglo, a man who has lived his life on honesty. You see, man, was in election and they know that nobody can make the man win, but they left his side, they went to Kun's side, but they like to justify it. It's you know, we for Liberia to improve the way we want to see it, we must apologize to our people for certain decisions we have made, and then we begin to think the right way now. And brother, it's no secret that Liberia is one of the least countries in the world. Liberia, with all the resources we have. Imagine Rwanda does not even have free port, a landlocked country. You know, you can tell that leadership is here, even though some people call it names, dictatorship, this, that, but leadership is here, my brother. How much lawmaker here are earning? Since I got here, I have never seen a lawmaker before. But go Monrovia on Sunday, honest man, the house can be full with human beings, no despotent youth. You just bought few motorbike with their own money, I think 17 or whatever, carry the motorbikes in district 4. That is big news in the district right now. So that mentality, how they Kun begin rich. Kun, Fala, Moe, Snow, how did they get that money? So you see the problem with the country, the Professor Pro Lumumba said, when a thief is your thief, there is no thief. But you will want to go after others. It's wrong. This is why I'm suffering Liberia. I supported George Weah because I never had option. But George Weah was never my favorite. And I still maintain that. So, yeah, much as I was supporting CDC, if I had taken my voter card in Liberia, I would have voted for Councillor Gonglo because I know the character he is. But the country does not like good people.
Thank you, Cyrus.
What done for our people that even made Liberian to vote the way they voted. This is somebody who was vice president. He could not even pave 1 kilometer road to Lofa. Nowhere. But Liberian rescue him, and the people that are saying the train has left direction. The train is running now. You know, nobody controls the train. People fighting on the train. People fighting.
Thank you.
Yombi there. Yombi was never there. Dylan was not there. This old man who made them to win, Amara Kone was not there. My brother, you be that history. That people keep hurting their head. They say the hurting situation. You be that history, my brother. There are things happening that benefit the CDC. You be as a history, my brother. They fight that will be against whether Baga running, whether Kun running. The fight that will be against them in 2029. The fight. The beginning of the fight are people who supported them to win. That's the beginning. You saw it yesterday. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Siawate, let's hear you.
Thank you, Jim. You know, the former representative laid out a lot of points, and like Sarah said, I think he quoted it very well, but you're also going back to them because I tried uploading the audio from Honorable Yelu. I think it was in 2022, late in 2022, before his appointment, when he was outlining the lapses of the CDC, what United Party have done, where the CDC are not even gone, even 30%. But today, the table turned when Honorable Yelu went to the Governance Commission when he took on government. So they say ones who come with equity must come with clean hand. That's why I also carry his mind back. I tried to upload that audio because everything he talked today that the United Party, the United Party started is what the CDC inherited. He said that. And trust me, before tomorrow, I will send that recording in the chat room. And anytime he appears on this platform, we will play that audio. The reason I'm saying this, I'm not saying anything to justify what is happening in the government. We are not saying that all is rosy, all is good for our people. But sometimes we need to be honest to the discussion, not because of political discussion. Like he said, other people say, oh, people want to gain political favor. Why is Yelu saying today? He's doing all of that to justify because he's a member of the CDC construction team. And mind you, tomorrow, if it may be 2040 something, a CDC wins, those are the faces of the CDC for NIMBA currently as we speak. And God forbid, if CDC wins, quote unquote, in 2029, they will be the face. So everyone are fighting for what they feel they got interest. So he should not be like a scene here tonight. The reason he's justifying all of those things is just because, he's with the CDC now. He had to appease where he is. But to be frank with you, Honorable Yelu have justified for the United Party and has shown to the Liberian people what the United Party did before the CDC government. We are talking around just 2022 going to 23 before the election. He was justifying that every project the CDC was doing, it was inherited from the United Party. But today, the scene song is sinking. So how will the Banha school be a subject of discussion today when we are discussing national budget? So every sector of the government will be done today? No. I know Honorable Yelu to be someone who did procurement. He was a procurement person at Public Works. When it comes to budgeting, look, you put priorities. Right now, if you look at the increase in the health sector, the reason they are doing that is there are a lot of maternal deaths. And by record in the world, maternal death should be of zero tolerance everywhere. So people are still dying. That's why the increase in the budget is done from last year to this year so that there will be a decrease in maternal death. So you look at the issue of electricity, and he's arguing that. Today, I live in Liberia my whole life. We have experienced electricity. The issue of electricity is an age-old thing. Today, our people is not everywhere in the country, but where we have electricity in Monrovia is stable to some reasonable extent. So the issue of everything being politicized, I think the opposition now should be drafting what they can present to the government. That's what we know United Party can do. They don't just criticize, they will criticize and show where the government is. This government, you will not see the finance minister taking money as an economic policy to go and distribute 25 million and give it to money changer. That is not a policy to reduce, U.S. real inflation in the market. No. So sometimes when people are speaking, you look at the earnestness in the conversation. We are not yet. Look, at one person, when the United Party is going wrong, I will say it. Like I always said, nobody came into the United Party. I was convicted to join the United Party. They did it wrong. But when you come to the conversation with dishonesty, that's where the problem will be. You look at the country today, the prices, you look at the bread and butter issue. What? So you want government to cook rice and put on people's table? That's not possible. Even Big Brother Marvelson, who is speaking today, he knows that because the thing is, the atmosphere must be created, and the atmosphere is there. The bread and butter issue, I don't know in Liberia when Councillor Yelu then say the bread and butter issue, he talks about party headquarters paying and all of that, but they were just there. They refused to pay the party headquarters. That's why they invited them. Senator Snow said, oh, it's not time to pay party headquarters. They don't put food on the table, but he committed himself to 30,000. You see the dishonesty in the country? When you don't pay the party headquarters, the whole ruling party, they've been in position for 40 years, 40 some more years, and now you have to pay party headquarters. So, my brother, when you mark all these things, you will not do anything for the country. For me, I can say for fact, Vice President Kun is now a sin. That's why when we are on this platform, where he's we will beat the drum behind him. But as a matter of fact, at this time, we must support our own. And to conclude, right, when Honorable Yelu talk about the CDC leadership, and I agree with him. And Bibro Marvelson also touched that. Look, the way you see how politicians in our county, because I don't even want to carry to Liberia, are proliferating with the issue of the vice president, with this person. For me, I can tell them and say, I don't have enemy, because I one person, how I grew up, I don't have enemy. I don't have my best friends today in a party, whether you're from CDC or you're from Unity Party, with me every day, we share our thing together, we pass. If we can indoctrinate that into Nimbayans, we will fight each other for no reason. Today, you got you got more than 5 or 6 political parties from Lofa County. You never hear them fighting each other. Moses Colley was chairman, or he is chairman of the LPDP. Molu, all these guys, Janga Ko, all of them, they are members of the CDC. Sir Joseph, he got his own political party. You will never hear those men hating each other the way Nimbayans. So we need to copy those kind of stuff. You see, Yeluya right now, so we leave when we go on the land, go and talk, we will laugh all day. But when we come on the platform, once it takes sir,
thank you.
We mystify that. So that's one thing we need to encourage as citizens of Nimba. Like the budget, he spoke on a very key thing, and Senator Koga raised that during to conclude, right? 30 seconds. The issue of the local government, in fact, the local government, the Revenue Sharing Act, that 10% is a law. Why is it? Under the other aspect of the law about the expenditure from the Social and County Development Fund is actively working, but then when it comes to the national budget, it's not applying to the counties. That's unfortunate. And people need to join Senator Koga to advocate for that. It's not about being, Senator Koga not clear, you're not there. No, it's about the resources of our county. So that's what I wanted to conclude on. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Madam Larina, take us home, man.
Okay, thank you. As always, it was a beautiful show. And I will repeat, it is because of geographical constraint or difficulty that a cat and a rat will sit in the same classroom. Ordinarily, they would not. And I want to make this suggestion. We cannot discuss more than 5 topics on the show and think it will be successful. Because as soon you want to talk, other people want to say you're talking so long, this and that, but it's clear that when we started, especially this show tonight, you asked more than 7 questions, and the honorable man took long time to answer each of your questions. And then, so by the time, and you can't just make blanket statement and don't expect people to talk, especially so when policy issue or law are being politicized because you want to point, show a black side of the other side. Honorable Yelu either knows or he doesn't remember or he's playing politics. The revenue sharing law of 2021 and the revenue sharing component of the local government act of 2018, they have not started. And the reason they are not started, they are not kicked off, is because the president has to appoint a local government fiscal board. Because this is the board that will decide what, because they will do the projection on 4 factors: the county population, the land space of the county, the poverty index, and the physical efficiency. So it will be this board that will be determining how to, who gets what based on the factor. The 10% will be of no argument, like for in our case, Nima, if personal method is maybe getting, let's say $10. The 10% of that $10 for us, it will be no argument. But what about the 25%? And what about the 40% of all our revenue, like taxes, business licensing, and things? Who determines it? So it will be a board. And I followed the conversation in Banga the last time when there was a meeting where all the superintendent, the chiefs, the LO attended, the president, the vice president as well attended. And I followed the discussion, and the document is on the board, on the table of the president, what our lawmakers, because you and myself can say anything we want to say, but what our lawmakers should be pushing for is for him to make sure that kicks off. Because if that kicks off, Nima tend to benefit other countries as well. Of course, when you talk about the poverty index, it means Nima will be giving money to countries, resources or refugee or some other poor, funny country, but instead we will still get money more than them. So that's what we should be kicking, telling the president to do, or especially our lawmakers to make sure he appoints that board. So I know Honorable knows that, but he just try to play the politics out of it and make it seem like, oh, the people owing our country. Nobody will be owing in my country. We keep quiet because we get one position to protect. No. And they think about people saying, oh, we got a vice president. If anybody ever talk about, oh, you're jealous of people, it came from Honorable Councillor Yelu Kim. Even including yourself, in 2023, I saw you made a post in support of the rescue tree. All out of jealousy, they doing it because people are working. I'm surprised that today other people are saying it according to them, and they're getting angry. You planted a seed that is growing. What you can do now is we support it without attacking. Join us so we can destroy that bad tree that have grown because you planted the evil seed. Instead of trying to make it seem like, you are running a civilized campaign, you are attacking people, saying people are this, people are jealous of you because you're working. So today, now maybe it's a scene that I turn over to you. That's what I'd like to say. So the issue of the budget, as I made my comment before he came back to talk the budget, myself got issue with the budget, and I thank God Minister Zuo is coming out tomorrow. I got issue that I pointed out to him, Minister Zuo. I pointed out to Minister Myers, even the VP. So if it's not that anybody is backing anything because somebody want a pocket fill, nobody is able to fill my pocket. I got 4% in university paying a school in private university. Who will to pay that school for me? So, but the fact that a policy issue, no matter who is president, If you a true policy person, or white will remain white every time under the same situation, whether it is different government. But when people come and try to make Honorable Just 2020 when we were campaigning to be senator, he said everything the CDC was running away was things that Manaseri initiated. How now today he's saying those things are for CDC. So a policy driven person will always be a policy driven person, no matter who is a president, no matter which side you support at the time. This is the reason why some of us are brave to take to our Facebook page to be able to say things out. And other people not saying, somebody came and impact yesterday and say, oh, they posted me about Honorable Roger Duma. The people will say, yeah, why they keep from marching? I can't keep from marching to celebrate the success of the government again. And so they make it a party headquarters and want to be part of that history. But when they do only ugly thing, I have to also speak at it. So that's how I like to say, if we're discussing the 2-3 topics, people can, talk and discuss and understand will lay one to rest, but just a few jumping from one topic to the that should moderate the show. If we're talking about the budget, let's discuss the budget, the guest talk. Everybody ask a question, we lay it to rest, and we'll pick another topic. But if it is just from point to point, people who are already asked before the guest talk, the second point will not have time to speak, and now people will go home with one-sided information. Other than that, it was a good show, and happy that we're having somebody tomorrow. I will be talking on the budget.
Thank you so much, Madam Lorena. Thank you, Veteran Martha Sincere, the rest of the folks. Thank you for being here tonight. Tomorrow, our guest will be Minister Depo Zuo. Minister Depo Zuo will be here tomorrow and we'll be discussing the fiscal budget of 2026 in details. As we host Minister Zuo tomorrow. It was a really good show. Hope to see you guys tomorrow. Have a pleasant good night.